Oh, the room is pancake, huh?
Yep. Just because I was singing about him.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing I'm curious about is that Mike said he's going to run home as fast as possible. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, that's not really an ETA. Like, is he running as fast as home as possible from like down the block, or is he running home as fast as possible from like Oregon?
I'm pretty sure it was, he was hoping that you wouldn't notice that little bit of detail.
I'm a dungeon master, of course I do. I always look the monkey paw.
Who else are we missing?
Rob, who is currently, I'm messaging him right now. He's on his way,
Okay.
but he
Missing
he
Birdman.
said that that was from a different room in the house, so
Okay.
he should be there soon.
Fuck. So I ended up in to watch the movie Dune today in theaters.
Work.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
I have no real opinion of it.
Really? You didn't think it was cool?
Well, okay, I have very mixed feelings about it. For example, visually speaking, musically speaking, fantastic, loved it. Fight scenes, great, loved that. Long as fuck, dragged out as fuck, and I haven't even watched the original movie from so long ago, or even read any of the books. World building, loved it. Visions, I swear to God, if I didn't see MJ at the end of the movie, I was gonna be like, I don't think she exists. But it was clearly like part 1 or part 3 or part 1 of a 3 or 2-part movie set, which I was like, okay. But I don't know if I would have ended it there. I might have ended it probably after the battle or when they escaped. I don't know. But where they ended it, I was like, really? So you're gonna end it at the end of a knife fight? Okay. Cool. Alright. But it seriously just got to the point where I was just like, is this movie even over yet? Why is this going on for so long? Several scenes dragged out way too long. And it kind of felt like the tempo was building up, and it didn't kind of dial down to where it's like you could recognize where the ending's gonna be. Like it was kind of like the Hobbit fiasco. Like Hobbit, I didn't think need to be 3 movies. They really could have just probably done 2. No, they really could have done 2. They really could have done 2. Like the Battle of the 5 Armies, you could have easily made that.
Should have been 4.
4.
Yeah, you could have easily made that into just one movie by itself, and that could have just been the second half.
Absolutely 4.
For the Hobbit?
Man.
No, Lord of the Rings.
Well, no, Lord of the Rings itself, yeah, you could easily
Pretty, you're
make
muted.
that 3 movies. Easily make that 3 movies. But yeah, it's like Dune. I literally just got to the point where I was just waiting for the movie to be over because I was like, I don't know where the story is coming from here. It's like it starts off like I'm following it, I understand it, but then it's like, wait, so if the Emperor wanted you guys to run this thing from the whole time, then why the fuck did you get off the planet to begin with?
Because one's a gift, not a gift, Daniel.
Yeah, but why bother wiping out that house?
Because that house had gained too much influence and powers compared to the other houses. The Emperor was jealous of them. He was a jealous man. A dangerous, jealous man.
Yeah, but I just feel like that was a much farther, like a much worse waste of. I don't know.
I mean, that's the book you gotta. Then that's the book. Then
I really do think I need to read the books. I feel like the book explained that much better because I'm thinking the old school Game of Thrones, where it's like, Yeah, I don't need to waste entire armies
right
to
back.
wipe out a house. I
Okay.
just need to get a backstabbing son of a bitch to kill him at a wedding.
So I'll
You
be
know what I
I'll be
mean?
honest
Like
with
that's
you.
much less resources wasted there.
I haven't seen the movie myself, but at least from what I've heard from like my 4 or 5 coworkers that have gone and seen it, they were pretty much echoing what Daniel's saying.
Really, I thought it was fucking amazing.
Well, again, visually
Me too.
speaking, great.
All
Love to see
around,
it.
me
Yeah,
opinion,
all-
all
that was
around,
good.
I think it was amazing.
Okay.
I haven't read the books or watched the old movie, but I do know that this Dune series is 6 books. That was made before my father was alive.
Oh my god.
They're
Yeah.
old ass books.
Yeah, they are. Dad was saying the same shit. He was like, "Wow, this movie actually follows the story of the books and the original movie pretty damn well, but fuck, is it long?" And I was like, "Really? It's that
It's
accurate?"
only 2.5 hours long.
It felt way longer.
It's not long.
I thought it
I
was
don't-
closer to 3.
Nope, it's
No,
I'm
you
looking
know-
at it right now. It is 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Now that I do believe because of the fact that I started the movie at 11 and I got out at like 1:30 or 2 o'clock, whatever. So yeah, I believe it's that long.
Oh,
But but
Right back.
if I can watch the Schneider cut from start to finish and not feel like the pacing was so slow, and that's the what, a 4-hour movie?
The what cut?
You know, the Justice League's Schneider cut. That's on
Oh.
like HBO Max. I think that's like a
Yeah,
4-hour.
I started watching that.
It's long.
It's
fucking
all
long.
right.
It don't all. It's not like
It doesn't
10 out
feel
of
like
10.
it doesn't feel like it adds much.
all it does really is basically just make the original Justice League movie makes sense and is just better. That's it.
Mm.
It's basically just like, hey, we know we fucked up the Justice League movie. Here's the fixed version. That's all it is. It's not
Here's,
like, oh,
here's the thing, though, Daniel. If you're more into the characters and story of Justice League than you were for Dune, it's gonna seem that way.
Yeah, that's another thing. The characters
Were
I feel like
great.
there's- For the
They
characters,
weren't
I'm
over
like-
the top. They were actual people.
I'm getting to that. Anyway, the characters, I was like you, I like you, I like you. Who the fuck are you? Why should I care about you? And by why should I care about you? I'm talking about the Vision bitch who you don't even see till the end of the film. And I'm like, all right, now that I know this is a 2-part thing, I feel like I'm gonna know more about you later because
You
I swear
saw-
to God, you were a cock tease the whole movie.
Oh my god. Well, that's because every time he saw her, he was seeing her in dreams. He was having visions. So
Yeah,
it
he's
was
vision,
it was destiny that he was going to, meet with her. And obviously, they're showing extra scenes that won't be even relevant until the next movie.
Oh, clearly, yeah, clearly. That's why the
here's-
trailer was so misleading because you're like thinking, oh man, we're gonna see this fight, we're gonna see, and it's like, no, that was just a Vision thing. That's gonna be in the next movie. Oh, okay, cool.
But
so
you still
what's
did
happening
see
here?
it in the vision, right?
Yeah, everything you see in the trailer, you see in Visions.
Yeah, but you still see it, so it's like
You still see it in Visions, but it's not like it's like imagine you're watching
Well-
Helm's Deep and you pick a random 2 minutes of the fight, and then you don't see the end or beginning of the fight. That's what that is. And I was like, okay, cool. That looks awesome. Can't wait to see that.
well, maybe it's going to be one of those things where maybe you don't like the first movie, but when you start seeing the other movies, you'll go and be like, "Oh my god, this is awesome."
Yeah, I really
Great.
feel like it's gonna
That's
need to be
fantastic.
one of those things where it's like I need the whole picture. Because with what I got left with, I felt wanting, and was like,
You want to see the next one, right?
I kind of don't.
You don't see?
I kind of don't. Like, I'm kind of just like, man, this is gonna be the pacing for all these movies. I'm done.
I'm excited.
But it's like,
I haven't
Also,
seen this one yet. I saw the
apparently-
original one though.
I've been trying to tell myself to watch the original one. I just can't seem to press play.
It would be rough now because the
I know it would be, and that's
Are you
that-
the
you're talking about
graphics.
Dune?
Yes.
yeah, and that's why I haven't pressed play because I know once I try watching that one, I'm just gonna be like, oof.
Well, have you read
Ugh.
the book?
I have not. But
So-
I
The new one, if you haven't read the book, the first hour is going to go over your head.
mean, I followed along. To be honest though, I did watch it twice, so that helped.
Okay, yeah, no, it's like
wait,
the
you
first
watched
hour has a
the
bunch of
movie?
lore that isn't explained by like anything.
Well, again, that's the only lore I liked. I liked the world building, But what's up with the fact that the one thing didn't make sense to me, which at first it did. I was like, oh, cool. So how's warfare going to be like in this fantasy universe when everyone's got a shield? Literally everybody's got a fucking shield, like it's from Halo. And I was like, oh, okay. So, fast pace, it's not going to penetrate. Slower pace, it'll penetrate. So, all right. So what kind of firepower do they use for that? Apparently most everybody's just got fucking spears and shit and swords and shit. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. If you need something slower to actually go through it, yeah, that would make sense. It would make kind of firearms obsolete. But you still seen them use bombs, mosquito drones, fucking blow darts, and all that kind of shit, and that goes through there. And I'm like, this is a hyper advanced civilization. You haven't invented beam weaponry or aside from the gun turrets and shit. And it's like they force themselves to devolve into swordplay,
So
and
it
even
wasn't
then, some of the
enough where
swordplay
you
is like,
got it.
how does this even work? I feel like in the hallway scene, you guys just straight forgot the shields existed, where it filmed that scene, and we're like, oh yeah, we need to add shields to this. It's not going to make sense because I'm pretty sure these guys are hitting each other way faster than the shield would absorb. Fuck it, we need it badass, and we need to add it in. So add the shields. Like, cool, let's do it. Which Aquaman for the fucking win, boss. Love that guy. Loved you.
Wait,
Oh, God.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the door?
R.I.P.
The door? No, I'm talking about the hallway scene at the end, near the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
that was
wondering?
badass.
Are you
It-
wondering
it-
why they didn't just come in with the laser beam and just cut through everything?
No. I'm talking about I'm talking about like the shields themselves. So you know how in the shields they actually show this off in the training scene at the beginning of the movie, right?
Yeah.
With him and Thanos. By the way, forgive me, I don't know the actor's name, so I'm just gonna memorize the actor's name. So I'm just gonna name them.
No,
my
it's
characters.
Josh Brolin?
Thank you. Yeah. So you know how it's. Like,
Yes, I know.
fast-
What don't you understand about that scene?
Oh, it really felt like they filmed the fight, and they were like, "Oh wait, we forgot the shields are there, so they're all still swinging really fast. We're not going to redo this scene, so let's just edit the shields over it and make it be like, oh yeah, they're still. We'll make them think they're swinging slow enough that it's going to pass through the shields." It's like, no, you can clearly see them swinging so fast that the shields should activate and protect them. Like, because if you're going to go super slow, if you have to go a certain slow speed to say cut off a joint, an artery, a throat, I really doubt the person who is going to let you do that in a slow match, so especially since you need to go at a certain slower speed to penetrate the shield, correct? But when you watch the fight, it flashes red, blue, and you can clearly see they're all moving really fast. So I was just like, I feel like they made a mistake, but fuck it, who cares? It's a cool fight.
Okay. That's okay.
Are we good?
Oh yeah, and he's Jesus. He's freaking Jesus. I'm
Everybody but Daniel is apparently.
like, Daniel, what?
We're all sitting here waiting to play. We're just letting you go.
Oh, I thought we were still waiting for people. My bad.
No, everybody's in here.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
But yeah, Space Messiah.
Yeah, he's Space Messiah. He's a genet, and this like secret organization of chicks. They're like supposed to be the only ones who know about him because they're the ones breeding him, and yet somehow everyone else knows about it. So they all look at him like, "You are Jesus. You are Jesus. You are Jesus."
All
I'm
right,
like, how the
so
fuck
we're
do you
gonna go
desert
ahead
rats know about this guy?
So
How are you
I
supposed to
I
know
actually
about
have one question.
Shoot.
No, it's not for you, Mark.
Cool.
Do you know
Yes.
the movie yet?
I'll be honest with you. About the second half, I've been looking at gifs on how to kill myself.
Mhm.
I did settle on what I thought he was done. The one I wanted to do was this one.
But then you wanted to pick something else, or is that what you settled
I
with?
kept. That's what I settled with.
God damn.
He's like, let me water this up here slowly kill myself.
So I hate to beat a dead horse, but
You
Daniel,
wanna be a- Yeah.
Daniel, Do you mean everyone knows that he's Space Jesus, or just
Shut the
the people
fuck
who do?
Shut the fuck up.
No, seriously, it's like I thought.
I'm
only
gonna
the
start muting
priestess
people.
The private messages, boys.
I thought only the priestess people who bred this motherfucker knew who he was, because it's like, yeah, we're
3,
running this empire in the organization, and somehow
2.
the desert people all know he's Jesus.
Bye,
What the
Daniel.
fuck? Bye.
There we go. So anyway, last time.
Well, the Benny Jesuit.
No, he's muted now. He's gonna stay muted until I get through my fucking intro. So, last time in fucking Bethlos, you guys ran off to go and deal with a fucking farm. Do you guys remember that shit?
Yes.
Um,
There was a sword in the ground,
I got a
Yeah.
sword.
and they used their spears to pick it up like chopsticks.
That's right.
Mhm.
And they went and discovered that they were some fucking imps. They're bad.
Yeah.
While there, Leon ate a mushroom.
Oh
Didn't
yeah.
taste so good.
Oh no.
Made him
Uh,
super sick.
Super sick. So sick, in fact, that he has a
Chicken
level of
balls.
exhaustion right now.
Chicken balls.
We fast forward to the night where Quincy came in to try and help Leon through the night, tapped into his dreams, and found that he was dreaming himself to be in an arena. Whether or not that was an actual dream, who can say? Feels like a dream at this point. Overall, Leon ended up being the victor in that. And before everybody wakes up, I'm gonna dish out the rewards that we had for, like, hey, 50th session, even though it was grueling, you get stuff out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with, first of all, unmuting Daniel now. Yay. Welcome back, Daniel.
What's up?
So I'll start with the victor. So Leon, you approach Crom in your vision, and then Crom goes and puts a hand on your shoulder and gives you like a very intense glare. And he goes and says, "Now normally we would go and give you the reward of either mind, material, or money. However, I can see that something ails you. So, I believe I know what you need." So
Money.
he go, yeah, money, no. He goes and puts a hand on your shoulder, and it glows. And you in this vision don't feel any different. But outside of this vision, in the real world, we see Leon, who's breathing heavily and sweating, immediately stop breathing heavily, calm down, and is completely fine sleeping through the night. So he goes and explains that you had a illness that would not be cured very easily. A matter of fact, the only way to cure that illness would have been a wish spell. And so, we have gone ahead and gone and cleaned you of that illness. And as such, you get an additional bonus. What that means is, game-wise, Leon, you may pick up a feat of your choice.
Good shit.
Yeah. And then, there's no role-playing for this or anything like that. But just when everybody wakes up in the morning, you all find like something, basically there's something lying in bed with you, and everybody will get to pick up a +1 weapon or arcane focus of their choice.
Wait, what?
Everybody gets a +1 weapon or arcane focus of their choice.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's the ultimate reward for going through that bullshit. Anyway, so you guys go ahead and wake up from your night's rest. Most of you find weapons in the bed with you now, and you're not quite sure on where they came from. Leon, as you wake up, you find that your ailment has been cured, just like the weird dwarf in the dream said. And yeah, so you guys just woke up. Well, what do you do?
I look at the sword that I still have from last session.
The shroom sword.
Yes, sword of shrooms.
Okay.
Swear to God, this room short makes me think we're gonna have we're gonna be tripping balls just from wielding it.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure I already gave you that, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I already gave you the shroom sword.
Yep. I was gonna look over it.
The sword itself is mostly bronze. It has a leather wrap around the handle. Pommel is made of ruby. It has a red hilt with a picture of a mushroom along the guard as well.
Hey.
It's a +1 weapon for both attack and damage rolls, and when using an action with knockback, you may add an additional 5 feet to the movement, along with its benefits of how it went and cursed the ground.
Thank you.
What's everybody else doing?
We all in the
guessing-
same room, or are we all in separate rooms?
You're all in the observatory.
Did anyone else have a trippy dream that we were in our original bodies? Because I had a very vivid dream last night.
Should be so.
Real quick. With this 1+ Arcana thing, do you want us to just pick an actual item from the inventory, or?
Pretty much.
So, okay then.
Yeah, just go and like, what are you using right now to cast your spells?
Let's see here. I think I was using a quarterstaff, but I went and picked up a wand of war magic, which is a +1. While holding the wand, you gain 1 bonus to spells attack rolls. Is that okay?
You gain a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. You ignore half cover when casting a spell.
Or no, you want me to look for something else? Because that was the closest thing I
think
could
you
find
can
that just gave me +1.
Yeah,
for
it's just.
Arcana.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think all I got is a quarterstaff, so.
Then yeah, if you want to get the same thing, Daniel, which is the wand of the war mage, go for it.
Where's that?
There's also
I'll go get it for him.
there's also oh yeah, that's no. I'm sorry, looking at wand still.
Is this replacing our other weapon, or is this an addition in addition
Addition.
to?
It's just an addition.
I didn't know if I should take the other weapon out of my inventory.
I'm about to say, right?
There you go, Daniel. I'll give you the arcane grimoire.
Arcane Grimoire.
You can use it as spellcasting focus for your wizard spells. You gain a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and the saving throw DCs of your wizard spells.
Where's that, under my inventory, or?
Yeah, it's in your inventory. Should be the only green item in there.
Okay, because I don't see it at all. Because I'm under inventory and
Refresh your page.
just did, but I'll do it again. Try it here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, got it.
I kind of figured, like, we'd probably be not role playing for a second while everybody digs for a +1 weapon.
Right? You're like, let's make sure we got everything ready to go before we start that, right?
Yeah. Hindsight.
Wingardium Leviosa. I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Who dares?
No.
mean, does anybody want to go to work ever?
I don't think any of us want to go to work, but we have to.
That's true. We all have to be adults. Can't just
Not
stay.
me.
Not you.
Not me. I
You
got
got
next,
daycare or something?
Not me,
I
I'm
got
so
next week
cool.
off.
Oh, you lucky
The whole
dog.
week?
Yeah, damn right. Yeah. Well, I go back on Friday.
Oh, that's right. This is your week off.
Yep.
Don't have too much fun.
I'll try not to.
I am off
Don't have
Thursday,
too much
Friday.
Cool. I'm off
You are?
Thursday. I won't be off Friday, unfortunately.
Nice.
Yeah, remember this was our barbarian weekend?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
never
I had
covered
to.
the PTO
I had to
'cause I
get
still need
credit
to
on
use
those planes tickets.
Well, you better hurry up.
You better fucking hurry the fuck up on that.
No, I mean it's done. I'm saying I've got credit now. That's all I have. Because obviously I couldn't use my plane tickets now.
Which, Britt, are they still making you do mind-numbing training?
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
As I said before, they're trying to melt your brain so they can mold you the way they want.
They're trying to break you.
Dude, it's so bad. So bad.
You still got, what, another 2 weeks?
No, 2 more days. But then, like,
Lucky.
Wednesday, like, I'm scheduled to be in training, but I don't have any of the classes to attend for training. So I'm like, can I please do something?
I mean, that's what I did eventually. After a while, just like, I finished all the modules and shit like that. And I just started working on the drawers. Like I just asked somebody, okay, you watch me, let me do. And they're like, okay. And
I literally, if I'm not in class, I go hang out in the drive-thru and fucking bullshit with the drive-thru teller.
Oh, you guys have a drive-through teller? Well,
We have 2.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
There's
kind of
also-
dope.
We have out here. We have the tube system.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's if you have to work that's gonna be. I think that sucks.
No, it's super dope. You don't have to fucking talk to anybody. You don't have to do any of the marketing shit. You just give me your paper and I'll give you mine.
So, Brittany, do you like banking for the most part?
Haven't gotten to do it.
You're still doing your training.
Are you regretting the job?
No,
Don't-
because
Are
I
you-
come home. I come home and I don't want to die. I wake up and
Not
I don't
yet.
want to die.
Not yet.
I don't fucking
Right.
hurt everywhere.
Not yet.
Ryan, you're just like, wait for it. Just wait for it. It's coming.
What an optimist.
My
Straight up, right?
my tolerance after 10 years of veterinary medicine is so fucking high. Higher than I am most of the time.
You're gonna go from being highly mobile to standing in one spot for 8-9 hours a day.
But it's okay because then I can go be highly mobile doing the other shit that I want to fucking... Give me back my inspo die, bitch!
No.
I can go be highly mobile doing the things I want to do. Instead of getting the shit kicked out of me.
Except you will have no will to live because you've just wasted it all sitting in one spot for the last 10 hours.
Dude, I had no fucking will to live when I was moving around like a crazy person for 10 hours.
What are your guys' hours? Are you guys
9 to 5. And then
Okay.
8 or 9 to 12 on Saturday.
okay?
Does everybody pick their weapon?
Yes,
Everybody's good to go.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm
All
assuming Mike is. He's awful quiet though.
I'm plotting your demise. Wait, what?
As you should.
Haha, what?
Okay. With that being said, you guys are waking up in the morning. What do you do?
Slowly get out of bed. My character's head hurts. It's as if he just got beat up by a whole bunch of people for some reason. And then I start to get ready for the day.
What do I?
Okay, that was a trip. Oh, God. Hey, did anyone else have a very vivid dream last night, by any chance?
Nope.
No, it
Looking
was
at
just a
you.
fever.
That was just a fever for you?
Yep, white searing fever.
Wait, searing fever.
I will sit on the edge of the bed and glare in general direction, giving him more side eye than anyone should probably ever receive in their lifetime.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. You got screwed over last night. That's when I'm just like thinking to myself, yeah, I think he knows exactly what happened.
Rooker does what he does best and broods.
And Bruce.
Okay, well, while everybody broods and gets ready for the day and blah blah blah, you hear a knock from the door, and it's he does not answer. You just hear a knock at the door.
Come
I
in.
get- yeah. Like I was going to go to answer the door, but they answered it, so I stopped and I keep on putting my robes on.
Okay. As you open the door, you see Quincy at the door with Coco on his shoulder, and he looks at you guys warmly. He's like, "Hey, good morning. How we all feeling?"
Like I got my head kicked in.
Really good, actually. How are you?
Yeah, he looks you over and he's like, "Wow, you do look great. I'm doing great as well. Hey, I wanted to let you guys know that someone who I've been trying to get in contact with has finally shown up, and he is here specifically because I wanted him to talk with you guys."
What about the? We still have to go back to that place and deal with the spore wolves or mole things.
Yeah, I don't
He
think we ever
goes and
finished
says,
that off.
he goes and says, I believe like you took care of the main problem, so other adventurers in the area will probably take care of the random wolves that have all scattered around at this point. I think you'll find this much more interesting.
Alrighty.
Currently the tavern is closed up at this point, so whenever you guys make it downstairs.
All right. Well, if you say so, I just don't want to leave a mission half finished, you know.
Mhm.
He kind of just like shrugs. It's like we have no idea where the wolves are, and asked you to deal with the issue. But it sounds like the issue was the sword.
That it was. All right then. We'll be done in a bit.
He nods and bows graciously, and he leaves.
Take a moment to inspect the wand that I found next to me, kind of pondering on like where did it come from exactly, or does the answer just pop in my head like, oh, I've had this whole time, or like, that's weird.
It does just kind of pop up. You don't have an answer the whole time. As you hold it, you feel like that it's owned with a hippogriff string core in the middle.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it's just you guys just have these random weapons that showed up that don't have an explanation as to why.
Interesting. I still pocket it, and I'll be like, maybe Quincy might know something about it. And I was like, all right, guys, I'm gonna head down first. I'll meet you down there.
Alright, see you there.
Tovrak just
Hey,
gets up
Ernest,
and
wait.
follows.
What's up?
Is this your hammer? And
I
I
don't
just
know.
did a giant plus one more hammer.
Is it Sunny D?
I mean, no, but like you use hammers, yeah?
Sure. If you don't want it, I'll take it.
Well, is it yours?
No.
Okay, then you mind if I hold on to it? I'm good at smashing stuff now.
Go right ahead, bud.
Yeah.
Real quick, Brittany, could you try saying something for me?
I turned off push to talk because clearly it's not fucking working.
Okay. Okay, so Ryan, you head down Solamente, or is anybody?
No,
going
I
with
said I was going with him.
Okay.
That's what
I'll roll
didn't
with
fucking
that.
work.
And I'm gonna follow shortly there behind. So
Okay. So, and Daniel,
Meesh.
what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna gather my stuff there, head down there to grab some breakfast before I meet up with everybody else.
Okay, so you're going down with the group.
Mm-hmm.
So you all pretty much everybody heads down at the same time. Rooker kind of in his brooding ways follows behind, maybe a few steps short of being with the group.
in front of Daniel though.
I bet.
in front of Daniel, though. You come downstairs and you see that Quincy is in fact in his little kitchen brewing up a breakfast, seemingly big enough for all of you. And in the corner, you see an old, frail man in a blue and purple robe, and he's sitting in a corner tending to his coffee. He looks very concerned.
Alrighty. Well, go over to Quincy real quick. I'm assuming he's kind of got plates or something for us for food.
Yeah, well, he's in the middle of cooking. He's almost finished up. He
Okay.
probably does at this
Oh,
point.
so he's busy in the kitchen, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he give
Okay.
him a few minutes.
Well,
Like-
instead of doing that, I go to the table where the old man is, and I find a seat across from him, and I have a seat, and I say, "Good morning."
The old man looks up to you and says, good morning. He looks over at Quincy, who's starting to play, and he's, Quincy, are these the ones that you told me about? Quincy, because yes, these are the ones from the plane that we were talking about. He kind of like winks and doesn't really want to say material plane. You can catch that. But as you see, it's literally just the party, this old man and Quincy in here with the front doors kind of locked up. But yes, he goes and says, yes, from the plane. The old man nods. He's like, okay, well, as he's finishing up a breakfast, let's eat breakfast real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get down to business, I believe.
Sounds delicious.
Works for me.
You guys go ahead and sit down at the large table that he's at. Y'all start eating breakfast. As you guys are going over breakfast, the old man, once he sees everything starting to... as you're eating breakfast, he introduces himself as Madrick Roslav. And just from talking to him a little bit, you discover that he is a retired adventurer. He used to be part of a party and went around doing exactly what you guys are doing, but he put those days behind him and is no longer doing those things.
I'm sorry, but I cannot.
What was the name?
Resisting the arrow in the knee. I really can't.
Just for my
let me go
notes,
ahead-
what was the name?
Yeah, let me go ahead and just type it out here in the middle of the board in a color that people can see.
Victor Reznov. Got it.
Adventure like us until he took an arrow to the knee.
And yeah, and as you guys are sitting there eating through breakfast, he goes and talks about a few times that a couple stories and stuff like that, and he's being cheerful and cordial. But eventually, once breakfast is wrapping up, surprisingly, he actually finishes first before anybody else. And you guys continue to eat as he goes and talks to you. Yeah, so, being a retired adventurer, I've acquired many treasures and made many important contacts during my lengthy adventuring career. I would like to pass these treasures I possessed and favors that I'm owed to you.
Favors that you owed?
Favors that I am owed.
Oh, okay.
Things
Oh,
things
well.
that people owe me.
Interesting. That's
But
very generous, but
in
maybe
exchange,
ask why?
yes, there's a reason.
I know,
Trust
okay.
me, there's a reason.
These
Yes,
ideas.
Well. So, I ask that you travel to Prismere, a domain here within the Fey Wilds, and find out what has befallen the Archfey that rules it. This Archfey, Zybilna, which I'll go ahead and write that one down too, is my patron and inspiration, the source of my power. And he goes and, admittedly very weakly, goes and casts Prestidigitation. And considering that he said his Archfey is his patron, you guys now deduce that he is a warlock. So that's his patron right there, Zybilna. he goes and kind of looks you guys over, and he sees that you guys are contemplating, so he goes and continues. About a
I'm
year
down.
ago, he's like, well, awesome. He goes and like kind of points at you. He's like, hell yeah. Let me get everybody else on board. Let's try this.
Alright, hey guys, we should do this.
He goes and continues to explain as even he's like, about a year ago, a strange influx of foreigners have come to the Winterlands, my home. Coincidentally, I have been unable to contact Zybilna for the better part of a year. I fear something terrible has happened. My adventuring days are over, but Zybilna has been good to me, and I would like to know that she is well before I take my leave. Quincy goes and kind of interrupts at this point, so he says, so it seems to me that the person that you're looking for, and he kind of gestures over to the party, and this Zybilna are both connected in some way. Madrick goes, yes, that is my suspicion as well. I would think that the Unsullied Court has created a way to enter Prismere and are sending their volunteers, he does air quotes, there. However, I am not suggesting you walk into the lion's den, so to speak. No. There is a traveling extravaganza called the Witchlight Carnival. A couple of you think back to a couple days ago to the gentleman that was in the tavern alone in a large top hat. It is a wonderful circus that visits different planes of existence to bring joy and happiness. Rarely, between travels, it'll open its doors to the patrons of its home plane, the Feywild. Within the fair lies a secret route to Prismere, a Fey crossing, if you will. Though its exact location, I do not know. That would be up for you to find. So in return, I have many things that would interest you. But I think the one that would be the most intriguing to you is a one-way ticket home, back to the material plane.
Mish.
This, and my many other treasures and contracts, are yours if you will help me with this.
See, I knew I had a good feeling from this guy. I'm down.
Yeah,
So
I was
he
about to
goes
say,
He goes and
I
sits
can't hear
there and
anything
stops.
negative about this deal.
Yeah, he goes and stops, and he goes and starts drinking his coffee as he listens to you guys debate.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but the choice seems pretty clear. I mean, so far he's been on the up and up with us. And
I mean,
haven't had
we
anything.
just met him 5 minutes ago.
I
This
like
is-
this guy.
Quint-
I think
He's
it was
like,
a
I like
mistake
this
to come
guy.
here. We need to go home. It's just slavery with extra steps. We need to go home.
It's sleeping with extra
Quint-
steps. What the
Quincy
fuck?
chimes in, and he's like, you can see why I made arrangements for him to come here, yes?
Mish.
Oh yes, you're a fucking genius.
I'm still
Just
not.
to say,
I'm still not sure why you would be willing to give all your riches to us, just to have us go run an errand. I feel like
He-
there's something else more. This is the
Uh,
Feywild.
there's
by the way.
no need to
Probably-
insult the guy. I think he's fine. I mean,
Well, no, he
Magic-
brings up a good
Magic-
point. That is
Magic does
slightly
go in-
sketch.
Madrick does go and like say, yes, that's a fair point. But take a look at me. I'm old. I don't believe I have much longer on this world. And I would just know that passing to my next life, that my patron, who served me well this whole my life, is doing well before I go. That's sincerely the reason.
I'm on board.
I'm mostly on board because I want my original body back, and for better or worse, if this gets us to that, then I'm board.
In between bites of food and shoveling food in Rooker's mouth, he'll say, "What kind of dangers do you think we should expect?" Without looking up, staring at the plate, eating.
He goes and he just kind of shrugs. He's like, to be honest, I've never been to the land of Prismere myself. I've seen Zybilna once or twice, but as far as being in her domain, that is nothing I've ever achieved in my life. I can't tell you what you would see there, except that it is also a land of the Feywild, so things that you've seen here are likely to be there as well.
Alrighty.
Oh, good. I was about to say, like, I feel like you were the only one holding out.
I mean, how does the OG Dragonborn feel?
That'd be Brittany.
Dragon.
OG
I just kind of
Dragonborn?
sit and skulk. And I just give fucking side eye, because I know I'm outnumbered.
Mm.
Do I get the sense that Tovrak's not happy with this?
I don't know, Tobrak, does he?
Ovrak had a purpose for coming in here.
Oh shit!
Ovrak also has someone to find.
Oh crap! Yeah, we fucked up. We were inconsiderate as hell.
Quincy chimes in. He's like, he did say that he found out that the prisoners that were being taken by the Unsullied were being sent to Prismere.
Tovrak
is
makes a
in with-
really exaggerated huff out of his nose. And knowing that his normal body is a dragonborn, you just assume that smoke should be coming from there. And he says, fine.
Well then,
Alright, really.
when do we need to leave for this carnival?
Real quick, metagaming. Brittany, did you not hear that part explained?
I actually did not know.
Yeah, he did explain that an influx of foreigners came to the Winterlands, and that he fears that these volunteers are being sent over to Prismere, and thus affecting his connection to his patron.
Okay.
So yes, it's essentially what, and Quincy even interrupted at one point and said, it looks like that who you're looking for in this that building are connected. Anyway, I'm sorry, Ernest, back to the game. What was your question?
So where do we leave for this carnival?
The carnival is currently about half a day's journey north of here.
Okay.
Quincy's like, yes, the man who was in here not long ago was just stopping by, but I did ask him a couple questions, and he said that he was setting up about, halfway between here and the next town to go and set up his carnival for the patrons of the Feywild.
Very good. I guess we should head out soon.
He's like, yes, whatever you might find that you might need or want, we'll go ahead and see if I have it for you. I would offer you breakfast, but you've already had some unless you wish for seconds.
Brooker will
I would
clank
quite
his fork
enjoy-
on a.
Second breakfast.
Ah, yes, I've had some people in here many moons ago asking me for second breakfast and 11 seeds. He goes and picks up the plates and
Is there
heads.
tea time?
Of course.
Well, oh yeah.
He goes back behind the counter and he starts making another breakfast.
Thank you.
So did you guys have any other questions for Madrick?
No, I'm good.
Do not.
I'm good.
Okay. So if you guys are all good, he says, well then, let me talk to Quincy for a few matters at hand, and I will be on my way. He goes and talks to Quincy. You see them exchange words. The old man hands something to Quincy, which Quincy takes and puts in his pocket. And the old man goes and waves at you guys, and he's like, I wish you good fortune, and I hope to see you very soon. And he goes and kind of gets solemn. He's like, as you know, time does pass differently in the Feywild. So if for some unknown reason, whether it be time or whatever, and I end up passing, you may see Quincy and he will be able to reward you.
Is there
Hopefully,
anything?
he chuckles a little bit. It's a little raspy chuckle. He's like, hopefully that doesn't come to pass.
Is there anything that you would want us to give to your patron?
He thinks about it for a second. He's like, no, as a follower of hers, she should know me. Maybe if whenever you see her, just let her know who sent you.
Very well, can do.
He goes and does a very achy old man bow, kind of picks himself up from the bow, and he unlocks the door and heads out. You guys go ahead and you sit around the table, maybe exchanging some ideas about what had happened, what went on. Quincy brings the second breakfast for the people who wanted it. You guys go ahead and freshen up, blah blah blah.
What about
And
second breakfast?
you've already had it.
I know, that's why it was funny.
So at this point, Quincy goes and says, "Okay, so if you're going to the carnival, and you potentially might go to Prismere, it might be a chance that I don't see you again for a while." Yeah, and then Coco does look sad at this too. Quincy goes and says, "So, if you don't mind, if I could get the keys back to the observatory."
Of course. Who had those?
Probably
honestly,
you.
Probably me. All right, then I hand him the keys.
Cool. Yeah, he goes ahead and grabs the keys off of you and says, "Thank you very much." And then he goes and says, "I have a couple things here for you." And he goes and actually hands you guys off each a ration kit to go and like help you on the road. He's like, "Here's something. It's a little bit better than just like beef jerky and shit. It's actually like
Quincy food.
it's Quincy
Quincy
level of food.
food.
And it's kind of like magically sealed. So he goes and explains that it's like this is actually 2 meals in one. When you open the lid, it'll be a hot, fresh meal of your choosing. And then once the meal is completed, you put the lid back on, and on the next day, the next dawn, the charge will be reset, and there will be another hot meal waiting for you.
It's Quincy's magical bento box.
Pretty much, man.
That sounds amazing.
And he goes and says, "I wish I could do more. If there's anything else that you think you might need, let me know. Otherwise," he goes and kind of, chuckles and he's like, "I bid you good fortune on your adventures."
Thank you, Quincy. You've been more than gracious. You've been a great host. And we wish you well and hope the tavern is successful in all its endeavors.
He nods and says, "Thank you very much." And he kind of glances down. He's like, "Oh, and nice wand."
Yes. Which, actually, where did it come from? Do you know?
You actually, he walked away as soon as he said "nice wand," and as soon as you turn around, you do not see Quincy.
What a dick.
Very well, then. Is it because I'm a wizard? No, the answer is no. I'm a sorcerer.
Don't be classist.
But Daniel's a wizard.
Alright then, well. Did they by chance mark our location on a map?
Oh, like where you're going?
Yeah, because I know they just said north. It's about a day and a half walk.
Yeah, it's just you're gonna be following the road.
The
half a
main
day
road.
walk.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is like, it is gonna be south of a town. They kept it near the road so people from the town could just walk on the road and get straight there.
Alright then. Then Look at everyone. You guys ready to move out?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm full. I'm ready to do
Yep,
this.
Let's go.
The sooner we do this, the sooner I get my beautiful body back.
I mean,
That's a
you know,
stretch.
let's. Eye of the beholder.
And with that, I just start walking.
Rooker will have his head bowed slightly but smirk out of the corner of his mouth.
You guys all leave the tavern, and as you leave the tavern, the last one who goes and leaves, you hear the door slam behind you. And as you guys turn to look around that the door slammed, you see a ramshackled, old, barren, and abandoned tavern that is a former shell of itself.
I mean, if you didn't want us to come back, you just had to say so.
Weird as fuck, boys.
That's what it sounded out to me.
Hey.
I'm getting mixed messages here.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. The light's not working on the thing, so I was like, "What's going on?" Never mind.
Alright, well.
Alright, let's head north.
And I walk 1,000 miles. 1,000
Yep.
more.
Steppy, steppy.
And as you guys walk away from the tavern, you think you hear faintly on the wind a coo of a baby hippogriff.
Oh.
Oh,
And-
cute.
You guys go ahead and head on the road. For the most part, it seems to be a very quiet journey for them, actually. You don't encounter anybody else on the road. Nothing like really substantial occurs. And eventually, as you guys start getting closer and closer, for the first time since you've been here, the night actually starts to appear. As the sun actually starts to go down, and stars start twinkling above your head, as eventually you do come across me unlocking this.
Oh, holy shit.
The lights of the carnival. So, in all intents, and this is metagaming here. In all intents and purposes, this is a carnival. Whatever you see here on the map, you guys can go to whatever you want, whenever you want. Which means a lot of me frantically searching through this book. But
It can be rough.
it will be a thing for me for sure. But I really wanted to do this. So you guys go ahead, and as you're approaching, you hear a laughter and music and whatnot, and eventually what appears to be a worn path, but strangely all the grass is like just patted down, but not necessarily like a well-worn path, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it looks, yeah.
Like this isn't a
breaks up.
permanent residence, but they have been here for maybe a while enough to make a worn part on the ground.
Yeah, so you go and you see a path that leads up, and eventually, as you come across, this is what you see. A silver statue of a dancing fairy is mounted on the roof of a ticket booth, and surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is decorated with an animated depiction of the night sky and shooting stars arcing across it. An elderly goblin perches behind the ticket counter and peering at you quizzically through his spyglass. He lowers the spyglass and calls out to you, "Greetings, fairgoers!"
Greetings.
Well, hello there.
Shalom.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's the 1, 2, 3, 5 adults today.
Mish. If you want to call
All
us
right.
that.
I'm a kid at heart.
So he goes and chuckles. He's like, "That's a good one. I haven't heard that one before. Maybe you would be interested in something else. But an adult ticket costs 8 silver piece for a person."
Well,
If you do not wish to pay that, we can maybe try a little bartering.
Okay. And with that, I instantly turn around, bring everyone to a huddle. Hold on, guys. Huddle
Okay.
up real quick. So, if I remember correctly, we have no cash.
Yeah, we don't got shit for money.
Yeah, but we
Well, he
do
doesn't know
have
that. Maybe we can.
right, which is why we have items, the whole trading system in the Fey world. Remember?
Right.
So, what do we got?
I have this
Okay.
disguise kit.
I have I've got a crystal here. I said Mishkit.
I got
I've got
javelins.
manacles.
Jesus.
I mean, like, other than like freaking
I've got a
Genesis.
I've got a broken blade.
If,
I mean,
if you
other
wanted to
than-
wait
Jesus
3
Christ.
weeks, I can get us some mushrooms.
As you guys go and you're talking, he goes and starts taking other people who do start offering small trinkets and stuff as admission for the fair.
I would like to do a perception check and watch the exchange to kind of get a feel of what items are being traded and maybe potentially their value.
Okay. So go ahead and do a perception check.
Are there a bunch of people waiting to get in? Or is
No,
it
it's just
us and
like
a couple others?
It's just like there's a group, like maybe a family that shows up to go in, and then there might be like a couple that show up, but it's not like he is bombarded right now. It looks like the fair's been open for a minute, and most of the initial crowd's already in.
Okay. I got an 18.
Wonderful. So you see, people are bringing in kind of just various things. They're mostly things that you can hold in like the palm of their hand. Some people are bringing like a sealed deck of cards, maybe a ring, like a really fancy comb, stuff like that. What you do notice is that no one is bringing in like a big bulk item to pay for everything. Like everybody's offering up one item each.
Okay. So with that, I say, Leon, I think your manacle were perfect. Genesis, keep that crystal out of view.
Okay.
What else do we
Rooker actually
got?
had the manacle. I got this glowing
Oh,
cloak.
Rook had them. Yeah, you might want to hold on to that glowing cloak. What else? I think we just, like, literally, guys, we got junk in our pockets. I think that might work.
I also have a horn.
There you go.
Like an instrument horn.
Okay.
Can I approach him and put that up there and ask if that will cover all of us?
What'd you offer him?
A horn.
A musical horn.
He goes and takes a look at it, and he's like, "Oh, this is quite nice." He kind of takes it and kind of puts it behind the counter. He's like, "Okay, on you go."
Go, guys.
All right.
He's no, he gestures for Rooker, and he says, "All right, what about the rest of you?"
Well, didn't he ask if that would cover for all of our emissions, little friend?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He goes and, like takes he has an ear horn that he goes and clears out, and he like says, "I didn't hear that part." And he goes and like shuffles around. He puts the horn back on the counter. He's like, "Nope, that's one item per person."
One item per
All
person.
right, then I will slide him the horn and I will start walking.
Okay, he goes. Wait. He goes and takes the horn from you. He rips off a ticket and he hands you a ticket.
I will put the ticket in my pocket.
I'm gonna fold up the glowing cloak so it'll fit through the little slot and put that on the counter.
The glowing cloak.
Yeah, it was something I found in the original tavern we went to where the fairies were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you go ahead and you hand that over, and he's like, "Ah, this is lovely." Yeah, so he goes and tears off a ticket and hands it to you. Unlike the horn, you actually see him put that over his shoulders. He's like, "Yeah."
I grimace. I really liked that cloak.
I'm kind of saying that. I was like, I told you not to give it to him. I walk
Tovrak?
over like, Yeah, go ahead. Go for it, Torvin.
Tovak walks up to him and he gives him that locket with the picture of the pretty woman.
He looks it over and he's like, he kind of looks at you. He looks at the locket. Okay. And he goes and hands you a ticket.
And I walk in.
Are there like little pamphlet maps in here?
Yeah.
Little
If you get a pamphlet, there is little pamphlet maps that you get, and it's pretty much a copy of what you see here.
That's what I wanted. Thank you.
Rooker will take one as well.
I'm just gonna assume that everybody gets one.
I look at Genesis. All right, Genesis. What do you got other than them shiny rocks?
Then the shiny
Now,
rock
even
book.
he does. Now at this point, the goblin, who his name is Nicholas, by the way, Nicholas perks up. He's like, "Now I would say that there is if there's certain trinkets you don't want to part with, there's also bartering."
Exactly what did you want to barter with?
It's just a little deal that only lasts for one night.
Oh God.
And
Oh,
what are
Sweat and
the
Shame Motel.
details of the deal?
Yes, please.
Oh,
do
it's
tell.
nothing terrible. You're not gonna lose life or get cursed or anything. It's just
about my
something. Nothing with your butt. I promise you. No ogres will show up.
Why do I find that funny? But anyways, go on.
Nothing to that nature. Anything. No. It's just something to make the night a little more interesting for you. That is all.
And it lasts for 24 hours?
It's
Gives
not
you a
even.
mushroom.
It's
Don't eat
just
it.
for the night.
It's just for the night, huh?
Yes, that's right. And you don't have to part with anything. You don't have to pay for a ticket. You can just make a little deal, and we can make the night just a little more interesting. Doesn't necessarily have to be. It's definitely not life-threatening. It's not gonna ruin you. Nothing like that.
I would like to do an insight
Had
check to
me.
see if he's lying to me.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
So there's no brainwashing involved, I assume, in this deal.
There's no what?
Brainwashing, like you're gonna control my mind.
No.
I, sir, got a dirty 20.
He is not lying.
Sounds lovely.
He is not
Oh.
lying. All right.
Okay.
He is not lying. It's you got a dirty 20, so I will metagame here a little bit for you and let you know that everything that he offers is purely role playing.
Okay.
Okay.
What
Then
do you
Fine.
think, Ernest? You think?
I
it's
was like,
good?
all right, if you don't want to, you can do what you need to do. But Nicholas, right?
That's right.
I will take that deal.
Wonderful.
You'll take the deal.
So he goes ahead and he's like, he's a little bartering for a ticket. He holds out his hand.
And I
You
do
should
it
have
like-
to shake it.
do I shake it or do I like
Yeah,
what
he's
is he
holding
implying?
out for a handshake.
I saw him like, well,
And that's when magical
And I-
change shoot out of his
and
eye.
I shake
around you.
his hand.
Cool. You shake his hand, and a little firework pops out of it. Nothing crazy. It's like, yay! We got a 3. So Ernest, for the rest of the evening, you must perform a short dance whenever you hear someone say your name.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
He's like,
So,
and that's
Ernest,
it?
how does that feel?
He goes, excellent. He goes and tears off a ticket, hands it off to you, and he's like, have fun.
I kind of like a shiver went up my spine. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to be doing embarrassing stuff tonight.
You feeling okay there, Ernest?
Yeah, other than I feel like I'm going to be publicly embarrassed
Oh,
as
just
I
like your
look
name.
at my performance modifier.
Ah,
Yeah. So,
okay then. Well, there's nothing really I want to trade, so I guess I'll have no choice but to barter.
Wonderful. He goes and holds out his hand to you as well.
Okay, I glance
Barter for a
over at
ticket?
Ernest, and I don't see anything wrong with him so far, so I take his hand and shake it.
another little firework display pops out. Yes.
Yes. What do you mean, yes? What the fuck did you do to me?
Genesis, you get this like just this overwhelming love in your heart for unicorns,
Oh my
and you
god.
feel that
Son of a
every
bitch.
single opportunity that you have, you must declare your love for unicorns.
I despise you.
You sit there going like, "All right, well, that's the deal. Here you go. There's a ticket for you."
Okay, thanks.
I would
My
like to.
God, I don't know why, but fuck. Do you have any unicorns around here? I just want to pet a unicorn right now. I
He
fucking
starts-
love that.
He starts giggling. He's like, "You got that one, huh? Yeah, unicorns are over there."
Got that one what?
I don't know what you're talking about. Have a wonderful time at the carnival.
Okay, cool. Let's see if I can find some unicorns. I want to pet one.
Genesis, are you alright there, bud?
Yeah, I don't know. I just really want to see some freaking unicorns, dude. Do you think they're around here at the park somewhere?
I'm
gotta
sure
look
we can.
around.
I'm sure we can find some, bro. I would like to actually look at the ticket when he gave it to me. Like as I'm walking in, I'm kind of like looking at the ticket itself. Does it
Okay.
have any? Does it have any description?
So you look at the ticket, and it's not like a little tiny paper ticket that's like admit one or anything.
Mm.
No, it's like a good sized ticket that is actually a punch card.
Okay.
And the ticket explains on it that the ticket is good for 8 attractions, and there's a very small print on the bottom that says if you wish to buy another ticket, you must, or if you wish to do more attractions than 8, you must buy another ticket. And that's pretty much it. So it's basically a ticket that's good for 8 attractions.
All right.
Do we
Well, then,
see
in
or
my
tell
pocket.
the general direction of the unicorns from where we are?
Oh, you see some unicorns? Where are some unicorns? Hernus, do you see any unicorns?
Wait, hold on. And then my feet start dancing, and I start twirling in the air.
What's up with you, Hernus?
I don't know, but I keep on twirling and I keep on spinning, and then I go, and I did a little tap
I mean,
tap
it is a
with
nice
my feet.
beat. I don't think it's that nice of a beat of carnival music. But anyway, where are them unicorns?
Go
Why
ahead
didn't
and do
anyone
a
else
perception
take this
check.
deal?
How could you have possibly gotten more annoying?
I don't know. I just have a
Right?
strong desire to see some unicorns, man.
I have a strong
Kelsey-
desire to see your
Genesis.
blood on the floor.
Genesis, do a perception check for me.
Okay. Where are you? Roll and 22.
Wonderful. So initially here in front of you, you see a few food stands, blah blah blah. Then there's a little colloquy here in front of you. If anybody doesn't know what a colloquy is, it's basically the organ on wheels that gets pulled around. Has like, usually a little man who's taking donations for his machine going off.
Isn't it a
But you kind of, what is it?
Calliope?
Calliope? Okay.
Oh, well,
It's a
that's-
fucked up
that's the
word, so that's
big
probably
Greek.
right. Calliope, sure. But anyway, over in the distance, peeking above all the little stands that you've heard, you see a wooden unicorn that's twirling around in circles.
Oh, I think I see one
I
right
will
over there,
walk in
guys.
the opposite direction.
Catch you guys later. I'll be right back.
All right, I follow Genesis.
You guys are walking past the Calliope, so I'll go over that real quick.
Which character am I? Oh, there I am.
Yeah, so as you guys go past the Calliope, a merry tune spills forth from an instrument on the back of a brightly painted wagon. A monkey wearing a cloak covered with buttons turns a handle at the wagon's rear, sending music into the air from rows of golden whistles. As you watch, a goblin dressed like a ladybug toddles up to you, rattling a tin cup.
Musical instrument.
The goblin, as he's rattling his little tin cup, goes and sings a little rhyme for you as he does. Spare a button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place besides a smile upon my face.
I'm afraid I don't have any buttons, my little friend.
He goes and kind of
He's got a belly
Uh,
button.
Yeah, I can give you my belly, but I can't put it in the cup. Come now.
Okay, so no buttons.
No buttons.
No buttons.
I'm sorry.
Okay. He goes and says, "That's all right," and he goes and keeps rattling his little cup as you guys run off towards the carousel. What's everybody else doing?
I'm walking in the opposite direction of where Daniel went.
I am also going the exact opposite of wherever the hell he's going.
That's
I'm
all
standing
right.
in the middle, looking both directions, trying to figure out which one I should follow.
Genesis and I are on a motherfucking trippy adventure, alright?
So,
I'm gonna follow the people who paid to get in.
Okay, so
All of you
Leon
look paid to
goes
get in,
and-
you guys.
Leon goes and follows with Tovrak and Rooker. So what you guys see in front of you here is a 20-foot tall teapot rests on a wooden platform, its painted surface whirling with moving imagery of flying dragons breathing streams of bubbles. A door at the base of the teapot allows entry into its interior. Those who emerge from the spout enclosed in a bubble with that detaches to float off the carnival. 7 goblins sit around the platform, sipping tea from mismatched porcelain cups.
I'm sorry, I blinked out for a second. Who's going first?
Right now, I let Tovrak, Rooker, and Leon.
Gotcha. I literally listened to you, and then I heard nothing. It was weird.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't sure if it was
Oh.
our turn or not either, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, so did you guys hear that?
No,
Yes,
I
bro.
heard you, but
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if it was like us that saw all that stuff or the other team.
right.
I will walk up to the goblins and ask what's going on.
He goes, as you do, he gestures to a sign on a table that reads, "The words that you intend to say, try saying it in a different way."
Fair morrow, little friends.
He goes and gestures to the ride and he says, "The gnarly tree knot requires 1 bramble thicket. Along you will ride a toil and trouble."
Avast ye.
He kind of tilts his head to the side a little bit.
Yea, verily. I got 8 intelligence. Come on.
You don't have to. Okay, fine.
I look back at the other two, kind of like shrug, like, what do we do?
I just gonna sit there with a dump on and look at my face like I don't understand a fucking thing of what's going on here. And I
Neither
will.
do I, bro. I've been rolling with it for like 3 days now. Let's just
He
finish
sits
what we
there and
gotta
looks at you, and he's like, he basically just goes and says, "A rumble time, door 9. Come along and sing a rhyme."
do. We are 3, not 9. However, I'd like to see a good time.
Hey!
He goes and chuckles, and he gestures you over, Leon.
I just kind of walk up, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. He goes and gives you a pouch, and inside it has scatterleaf tea.
Do I huff it?
Stick
Why
your
is that your
face in it.
go-to?
Just breathe deeply.
As you ask that, he looks at you and he says, "Huff it as you may, but you'll surely pass away."
I will not huff it, Sam. I am. Thank you very much.
I will turn her back around and walk up to him and say,
with a mouse. Oh, let's huff it with a house.
and I will say, games to play, fun to be had. Whatever you say, don't make me sad.
He just kind of like tilts his head and he's just like, Indeed, that was very sad. But luckily, you will not make me mad.
I shan't huff this bag today. I shan't huff this bag any day.
Yeah, he does cook.
I'm
He
glad
juggled
I'm not
that.
where you guys are at, because I'd be fucked.
You and me both. We'd be so fucked on this wordplay and spelling shit. We wouldn't be able to rhyme for
So
shit
he
right
goes
now.
and looks at you both and is like, speaking of play, would you pay? And he goes and gestures to the ride and gestures to another sign. And
Oh,
it
I
shows that
may.
the ride costs 1 ticket punch.
I would pay today.
He goes and pulls out this little stamper thing for your card.
I hold out my deal.
Excellent.
Pull out
He
my
goes
ticket
ahead.
as well.
You guys go ahead and pull out your tickets, and he punches them both. And
Tovarek,
gestures
come
you
on.
off.
Just rhyme something real quick.
He goes and gestures you over to the teapot. So who's going first?
I hope it spins. Me.
Like really fast.
Yeah.
I will let Leon
mean-
go in first, and then I
I mean,
will follow
in the
behind.
description, it tells you what the ride does.
That's great. I was trying to think of rhymes.
Wonderful. So you go ahead and I'm gonna have Leon go first since you offered it first.
Let's go.
You go ahead and you enter the teapot. It's very dark, and all of a sudden you come out of the teapot spout, enclosed in a bubble, and this magic bubble floats up through the teapot spout and into the sky.
Tovarek, I'm in a bubble. This might be trouble.
You go and you see a wonderful aerial view of the carnival. And as of right now, it's just kind of going over the carnival. However, you feel that you do have some control over it, and you feel like you might be able to go and steer it in a direction if you so choose.
I just like to circle Pixie Kingdom.
Pixie
And kinda
Kingdom
see
is
the-
over here. That's like a whole other area.
Okay, well, Pixie
But
Kingdom
if you
and
want
the
to
Puppet
circle, this area. Yeah. So go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me.
Alright. I like the view. I might hang out for a few. That is a 15, good sir.
Excellent. Yes, you go in like just couple motions and you immediately get control of the bubble and are able to steer it wherever you want. You also feel like that you could pop it whenever you so choose.
I will shout up to Leon. You
You,
said you're won. The game is done.
Rooker, you're going in next, right?
Yes.
Yes. You enter
Although
into
the game might be
teapot.
done, this is really fun.
You go ahead and enter into the teapot as well, and you start floating up above the fairgrounds, getting a beautiful view of the fair. You also get the same sensation that you feel like you can maybe steer it if you so choose.
I will try to steer it.
Acrobatics check for me, sir.
14.
14's good. Yes, you go ahead and you start getting the same factor to go and start steering the bubble in any which way you feel.
I would like to float over here by the staff area and see what I can see.
All right. So Leon, you go ahead and you start doing circles around. As Rooker starts floating over towards the staff area. You float over and you see that the staff area is surrounded by a tangled wall of thorns, with a cluster of wagons surrounded, the thorns surround a cluster of wagons lit by lanterns. And from up here, that is about all you can see without a perception check.
I would like to do a perception check, see if I see any movement or
Wonderful.
anyone down there. 15.
15. Yes, a matter of fact, you do see two people that appear to be in the area. One is a very burly looking bugbear who appears to have some kind of half jack-o'-lantern on his head. and covered in overalls, while another entity looks like it just appears to be a teal clown smoking a bubble pipe. So you do see the two entities. They don't seem to be talking. The bugbears seem to be kind of walking around and looking around, while the other one just kind of sits in front of the most regal-looking wagon as he sits there and just enjoys his pipe.
I will try and float back over towards Leon.
You do that. At about this point, you start seeing that the motion of your bubble is starting to get a little bit slower as you return back over towards the Pixie Kingdom and Bubble Pop Teapot. And you feel like that your bubble might pop anytime now.
I will start working my way closer to the ground.
Wonderful. Leon, the same thing goes for you. You start seeing your bubble kind of wane a little bit.
Oh no, Bubble. Don't go to the ground. We have so much more of the town.
I love how you're still rhyming.
Boo.
Amazing.
You said like, oh no, Bubble, don't go to the ground.
Eight.
That hurt my
Intelligence.
soul.
It's intelligence.
Or you're good, I'm going to be in trouble for going down.
Oh no, Bubble. I think we might be in trouble. Going down to the town. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
so you guys go ahead
That's
and
the clown.
so you guys go and eventually your bubble pops, and as if the spell's slow fall has been cast on you, you guys slowly fall back to the ground, right near the bubble pop teapot.
Looking at Ernest, I say the bubble popped, then we dropped.
Man,
Ernest isn't here.
I'm on the other side of the carnival, dog. But I'm glad I'm there in spirit.
I'm sorry. I
Doesn't
haven't
make you
heard.
bust a move.
Yeah,
Nope.
the goblin claps excitedly, and he's like happy that you're still rhyming.
Thank you, sir.
He's still rhyming, but he's got to work on his timing.
I will put my head down and begin shaking it back and forth as we walk up to the Tovrak.
Why do I feel like Aaron Burr?
Boo.
I said thank you, sir. Why do I feel like Aaron Burr?
Oh. That was just a long pause.
It was a long pause.
Yeah, there was introspection, and then why do I feel like Aaron Burr?
Alright. So as you guys come back, Tovrak, who's been sitting here waiting for you guys, you do see a something walking towards you guys. A 12-foot tall walking tree, garlanded in golden ribbons, marches through the fair. Emerald clouds swirl above the tree and rain down golden, spinning sycamore seeds. Fairgoers try to catch the seeds before they hit the ground. As the seeds gently fall, a chatty squirrel scampers through the boughs of the trees, handing dandelions to passerbys. He goes and walks over to you guys, and he hands you over. Let's see. So as he walks by, you guys can attempt to try and catch the seeds before they hit the ground.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
go.
And yes, and so you guys can try and catch the seeds, so it's going to be a dexterity check.
I'm gonna use luck point.
Nope, I got a 5.
Tovrak got an 8.
Just general dexterity?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like I said, luck point. So do I roll twice, or do I roll with advantage?
If you... Isn't lucky just you take the higher of the two?
Well, so I can roll, but before I roll, I can call lucky, and then roll a second time, and then take the higher of the two. So I'm just asking, should I roll twice or should I roll with advantage? I know it's similar, but
I
what
mean,
would you prefer?
it's the same thing. So.
Okay.
Roll your first dice, see what you get. And if you don't like the number, roll again.
Got a 16 and a 2. I already said I was going to use it, so I'll take
Yeah.
16.
So yeah, 16 is successful. So I got to roll. Leon, this kind of already goes with Leon, but we're gonna do it anyways. Until the next dawn, or until dawn, you gain the following personality trait. I am
You're
easily
dumb
amused.
as fuck. Alright, yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
I get
The
these
other,
seeds.
you get the seed, but it immediately just like dissipates, and that's what you got from it.
Aw.
What?
You got a new personality, bro.
That's only
Got the same
until
personality.
that's only until like 12 hours have passed. Let's see, and then
What are
as
those lights made out of?
so the other two, Rooker and Tovrak, I'll give you the opportunity for the squirrel to hand you a dandelion if you so choose.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. The little chattering squirrel with two little fists goes and hands you both a little dandelion, and as he hands them to you, he goes and gestures to blow on them. So you remember that as a kid, you would maybe sometimes, like, either you or your friends might go and pick up dandelions, blow on them, and make a wish as you do.
I will turn and blow it towards Leon.
Are you making a wish as you do? Or are you just blowing it?
Blow it. Chuck, I
There's
got a
big
mouthful of
smile
food.
erupts on my face. I spin around in the dandelion petals.
I mean, I feel like that's what she said should have been said somewhere around there.
You're like, it should have been there in some way, shape, or
Some
form. Right?
fashion. Yeah.
So yeah, again, do you make a wish or are you just blowing them in Leon's face?
Make the wish
Okay.
that I
I
hear.
wish
wait,
my
wait.
child.
Tovrak, are you making a wish as well? Or are you just...
Yeah, I'll make a wish.
Okay, I want both of you to DM me what your wish is as you blow out these dandelions.
Little did you know that. What did this group need more? More wishes. Because we haven't had enough.
For
At that point, I'm going to keep you guys on ice. Ernest and
Nice.
Genesis. As you guys run frantically over to the carousel, you see a bunch of more little shops over to the side. Various little carnival games here and there. Something that's worth noting is as you guys ran past Lost Property, you saw what appeared to be a few trinkets, a couple young boys with what appears to be a very large displacer beast.
What?
Displacer beast?
beast.
Does my character... I know what that is, but does my character know what that is?
Does
I'll
my
tell you-
character
I
even
will-
care, considering my current
will-
personality trait?
That's fair.
I know. I'm like, I mean, I know I care, but does my character?
Hear about? Oh, that's not what I want. Why?
'Cause I'm basically treating this like me in a Star Wars convention or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going straight for the good shit.
You pass all the good
Right.
shit in the process.
Exactly. I'm going for what I consider to be the really good shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could have a bunch of
I'm just.
people dressed up as Ewoks. I wouldn't give a shit.
I'm
and I
gonna
just
send
walk
you guys
by
a
'em.
picture of what you saw as you went by.
Alright.
I want one.
Okay.
Of course. Oh,
What, you want a
That's
little Ewok?
adorable. I see what they did. Clever.
Yes, but I'm very sorry. Everybody that you see who's working the fair does have butterfly wings on.
Is that? It seems like the theme.
Okay.
That's the theme. Everybody's
Yeah,
wearing
the
butterfly.
statue was the first hint at the entrance of the carnival.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see. And since you guys are just frantically running over there,
Yeah.
I mean, I take a second to look at the beast because I'm just like, hold on, wait, what? And then I realize Genesis keeps on running, and then I keep on following.
yeah, you guys keep running, and you see some fairgoers who just spontaneously have some very large singing flowers burst from the ground and start serenading them as you guys run along and go straight to the carousel.
Mm-hmm.
A procession of wooden unicorns stands motionless on a circular wooden platform. Fairgoers clamber onto the unicorns' backs, and a female centaur sets the ride in motion. The unicorns shake their manes and creak to life, cantering around the carousel to the delight of the riders.
Okay, here I go.
As you approach, you see that there is 1 second. You're giving me a bunch of fucking spoilers to tell you guys. I don't know. You see what appears to be a centaur. So a horse with human.
Half human, half horse. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it female or male?
blue- Female.
Cool.
She greets you with good humor, but you catch that there is a sadness behind her eyes.
It's because her name's Lenara, isn't it?
It's because she's not a unicorn, isn't it? That's why.
All right, continue.
I have to. I have to. I'm sorry.
So as you guys
there's
We're
a-
getting roasted by two nerds.
right.
Fucking A. He's so
So as you guys approach the carousel, she says, "Greetings, fairgoers. My name is Diana. Are you here to ride the carousel?"
Yes, I am. I would very much love to ride this. However, I would also like to ask one more thing. You seem a little down. Is it because you don't have a horn like a unicorn?
That's
I
very
hate
forward.
So much,
Very-
Mark. I hate you so much.
Very forward, Genesis. Very forward. But
Well, no, in
Yeah,
reality, I'd be like, hey, baby, I'd like to ride you too, but I can't
Wow.
this is probably better than.
do that. Yeah, exactly. This is probably better than
I kind of like
Yikes.
take a step like away from this. I'm like, I'm
So
not
she
here by choice.
so she
I'm
goes
not here by
immediately, she's like-
choice.
she's like, oh, she looks to you, Ernest, and she goes, he made a deal with the goblin, didn't he?
What are you
Yes,
talking about?
Diana, you would be correct.
Why? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I'll let you know that I'm not a unicorn.
Uh-huh. That's my
Um,
sadness.
Genesis, would you like to ride the carousel? Look, there's a unicorn over there, buddy.
Yes, I would love to ride the unicorn, but what about the goblin? What does his deal have to do with anything?
Go ahead, enjoy the unicorn. I'll tell you later.
Okay, fine, I will. And
So
I'm
she
just gonna
goes
go
and
step in
looks.
line, yeah?
She goes and kind of looks you both over, and she's like, normally we don't have adventurers come to the carnival. I have a feeling you're here for some other reason.
Wait, can I do a perception check to see how attractive she is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Let me roll this.
It's like having.
I
a
got
bar
9.
without
What do we
having a
got?
bar.
I got 9. Is she like a 9 out of 10 here, or is she like a 6?
There you go, Daniel.
I don't know,
What?
Daniel. You tell us what's she. The picture. You tell us.
You
Daniel.
know, it's very-
Is that
From a scale of 1 to 10, Daniel? What would you give that centaur?
I would give that 8 to a 9. Yeah, that works.
super
It's just missing a horn to be a unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't dock it a few points. That's not a unicorn, so.
God God damn it! I have to play with the what I got to work with here. God damn it! Terrible. Ryan, this is just like your improv show.
Yeah. Whose line is it anyways?
Yeah, exactly. Just like that.
Yes. Anyway, Daniel, are you gonna go ride the carousel?
Yeah, I'm right in the carousel.
She just
right?
like this whole time she's just looking at you two, and she's like, I'm not a unicorn.
I under breath, I'm like, I know. It's just.
Hey, Hernish, you gonna join me, buddy?
And
She
with
just,
that,
like, she muddled something under her breath, and I'm going to have you do a perception check
okay.
to see if you, Hernus specifically, because I think Daniel's too deranged at this moment.
Too deranged. Well, yeah.
So as I'm perceiving, I'm also all of a sudden I start getting my hips and I start dancing and I start doing the Macarena. Without even like a beat though, I'm like, no, Genesis, I'm not going to join you on the carousel. I rolled a 5. I grabbed my ass at that point and I swirled around the moment I said it too.
Yeah, word. You do a 5 is actually what you needed, so
Lol.
good for you. You hear her muddle, not very lowly under her breath, but she says, "I'm a human who made a bad deal."
Ah.
I mean, I'm so
Gotcha.
sorry to hear that.
All right, Diana. Hi. First of all,
Hi.
question for you, sweetheart. How did you
Yes.
know we were adventurers?
She just like looks you guys over, and she's like, Not everybody comes walking in with wizard staffs and wands and robes and
I mean,
etc.
That's a fair point.
I would like to think I'm just using like casual like clothes, but whatever, fine. And what did I hear about you saying? Bad deal?
She turns slightly red, and she's like, "Oh, yeah.
It's all right if you want to talk about it. I'll listen. Maybe I can even help. As you said, I am an adventurer.
I'll listen too if you want to join me on this carousel.
You go have fun on your carousel, dude.
What?
So
It's more fun with other
then-
friends here. Come on, enjoy the lovely unicorns with me.
She goes and says that so she first of all she's like, so before I indulge that, I could tell your adventures. May I ask
go.
why you're here at the fair?
You may, but I'm not 100% sure myself at the moment. Just felt like we needed to come here.
Do you is that your legit answer, or did you forget?
I came here originally to get my body back, but suddenly
I-
I just want to be with all the unicorns.
I'm lying. I know a little. I'm lying.
Okay.
So, I'm not just not going to tell everyone in the Fae world exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, she goes and looks like kind of down at the fact, but then she's like, oh well, it's like there's she just basically says, and it's like, well, but in that case then I'll just say that I made a really bad deal about trying to get reunited with my horse.
As I kind of look at her and her status, I'm like, I see. Is it I hope it's not permanent.
And she goes and she's like, very much so.
If there's a way to, is there a way by chance to reverse it?
She goes and she at this point she's like, so real quick, I'm gonna have you roll a deception check because she did roll insight against your lie.
Okay.
Need you to, your DC is a 21.
Yeah, no, that fails. Yeah, I got a 6.
So, yeah. At this point, she's like, so I'll be honest with you. I know you're not telling me the whole truth. So if you're willing to tell me the whole truth, I'll be willing to tell you the whole truth, and maybe we can help each other out here.
Well, everywhere it seems when I go in the Fae, everyone wants to make deals. But All right.
She
I'll
kind
tell
of
you.
just nods. She's like, that is kind of the
The theme around here, isn't it? Yeah.
theme around here a little
Yeah.
bit, yes. But she's like, I can tell that you're not from around here.
Right. All right then. Very well. We are actually looking for a lost friend, where we came from a different plane, and we are also trying to find a way back to that plane of existence.
Because I know I did info dump a lot on you. Are you going to mention anything to her about the portal that you guys are looking, or like the Fey passage to get to Prismere?
Yes, I will say we're looking. Okay, yeah. So let me retcon a little bit of that. We are trying to find a portal that will lead us to passage, which will help us find a lost friend and hopefully back to our plane of existence.
She nods and she's like, "Oh, okay." She goes ahead and at this point she sees Daniel just like convulsing to try and get on the carousel. So she's like,
let me on, 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 let me on.
She's like, okay, honey, this one's on me, and maybe we'll go again on a second time.
You're my best friend. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
He just shoots you onto the carousel as the carousel, and as you go and jump onto the carousel, she starts talking with Harness.
Right.
So she's like, well, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Diana, and despite the fact that I look like a centaur, she's like, I really am a human who made a bad deal.
Well, hello, Diana. My name is Ernest, and would it surprise you that this is actually not my original form as well?
She's like, oh no?
Yeah. When I arrived here, I too found myself in a different form.
Oh, that makes sense. You're from the material plane as well.
Yep.
She's like, I was too. The short of it is I made a deal with a hag in order to let me reunite with my missing horse. You can see what she did to me.
Okay. Real quick.
Yes.
Does my character know what a hag is? Or
You guys
is
fought
that-
a hag in
Yeah.
the hut.
We did.
Yeah, you guys fought a hag once. Right after the Laguna.
Remember Wombo's girlfriend?
Mango.
Where we picked up Wombo's
Oh
girlfriend?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I completely forgot that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Continue then. So.
Yeah, so she said she made a deal with a hag that was it was a bad deal, obviously.
Mhm.
And as she fled Prismere, she encountered the ringmasters of this carnival, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, who offered her a home.
Okay.
As she's talking, she starts talking about like, she's like, so she starts saying like, so the portal would lead you to. She starts coughing, and immediately like this brown tree sap starts coming up painfully up her throat.
I
Oh, no!
I kind of come over there. But hold on. Easy. If you're gonna hurt yourself, don't do it. I would like to do an Arcana check to see if I can tell what might be causing this.
Yeah. You go ahead and do your Arcana check.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. It's in that one, so I only got 6.
Yeah. Well, she goes ahead and clears her mouth and kind of wipes it off, and she's like, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "Due to the nature of the bargain that I did with the hag, there's several things I can't talk about." So she's like, she tries to keep talking over and over again, and as she does cough up, not nearly as much as the first time, but she does cough up again a little bit more of that tree sap.
Would it help to say it in different words?
At one point, she like says it, and like mushroom blisters on her finger.
Mhm.
And eventually she's just like, okay, like At this point, Kelsey or Genesis, the carousel stops, and you kind of run back around right when she comes to this point, and she's like, "I cannot tell you obviously what's going on, but." She gestures over to the carousel, and she's like, "You would have to speak with the unicorns." And she puts emphasis on that.
You really want me to do this, don't you?
But to earn the trust, you must learn the names of all 8 unicorns.
I hate you.
So she goes and kind of goes off into a corner, grabs stuff out of her kind of behind the scenes, and she hands both you and Daniel a clay pot of gold paint and some paintbrushes. And she says she will close the carousel for a short time while it undergoes essential repairs.
Very well. I kind of gesture at the clay pot and brush. I'm like, what about this? What do I do with this?
So you go ahead and enter onto the carousel. There are 8 unicorns that ride in pairs. Each unicorn wears a name tag on its bridle. Some of the names are legible, while the other name tags are worn and indecipherable.
Oh, fun.
The names for each pair of unicorns. I probably shouldn't tell you all that.
I'm assuming you want me to actually go over and examine all that.
So the first unicorn pair, you see one name tag that is complete, that's labeled Fortune, and another name tag that looks like it has spot for 4 letters that starts with a B.
Fortune and 4 letters starts with a B.
So let me write this down for you guys.
Yeah,
'Cause
I just wrote it down on my book. Fortune and a 4-letter word starting with B.
That's what you see. The first pair is Fortune and starts with the letter B. And I just realized that's not great. There you go. So I wrote it underneath the Dragonfly Rides.
Yeah.
So Fortune, and the second one is B with 3 spaces.
Okay. What's the next pair?
Sure. The next pair is Fall and you guys are probably the worst ones for this fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Like, you think?
We're just gonna do all of them. And I'll probably let you guys play with this for a minute.
So before you disappear, I'm assuming Fortune and B with 4 letters, they only coincide with each other, right? It's not like they all 8 play off of each. Okay.
That is correct. And let me do this for you as well. So each quadrant's its own thing.
Oh god. Alright then. Yeah, I'm gonna stare at the screen for a bit.
Yep. But let's go back to Leon, Rooker, and Tovrak. You guys just encountered this treant who was giving out free gifts. And what do you do next?
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go grab some dinner. Be right back.
Wow, Daniel abandoned you on the puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Okay, just gotta finish cooking.
I will relate to them what I saw over the
Staff area.
staff area.
Wow, that's incredible.
Easily amused. But don't go all at once.
Did you see anything else, or was just that one awesome thing?
It was the bugbear in overalls with half a jack-o'-lantern on his head, And I forget what the other part was because
so
your
cool.
dumb rhyming made me forget what it was.
Hey, you know, it's really hurtful, and my dumb rhyming is just like who I am. So, you know, if we could not insult my character,
We
that would be
love
great.
you anyway, Leon.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I'm gonna go look over here. And I
Over
go to the
where?
big top.
And I drop an Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wow. So the roof of this tent pitches towards the night sky in 3 sweeping peaks, topped with spinning gold stars. Painted wooden panels on the tent walls whirl with colorful motion, displaying
Wow.
vibrant circus performances. The sound of music and laughter drifts throughout the canvas door.
Wow.
You go ahead and as you approach, you see that there is a barker that is out front who declares, "Big Top Extravaganza tonight at midnight. Prepare to be delighted."
Guys, we gotta go. We gotta go to that.
Oh,
That sounds
it's
so
at
cool.
midnight, though.
But we have. It doesn't matter what midnight is. It's always light here.
Man, it's because I'm tired.
It's always
He
light.
goes up to you, Leon, and says, "That will be 2 hours from now."
Sounds good. I'll be there. This place is so cool.
All right. Do you enter the big top?
I mean, we're waiting 2 hours, right? Or there's
No,
like 2 hours
there-
away.
There's still acts that go on.
Oh, fuck yeah! Let's go.
All right. So you go ahead and enter the big top, and currently the crowd is not completely filled. Like the bleachers are not completely filled, but there's like a, half a crowd there maybe.
Oh my god! I can't believe we're getting such good seats.
And currently you see inside of there performing is a halfling contortionist who can fit inside a hat box.
I love hat boxes.
I hate everything about this place.
This place is so cool.
Why'd you turn into Rick?
It's just the voice for the character, bro. I don't know. It's just so cool. It's a dragonborn, so it's gonna talk all heavy.
Okay. So yeah, once you guys are inside, you see that for the most part it's bleachers,
I love
big-
bleachers.
big top area and whatnot. You see the halfling performing. Towards the back, you see what appears to be a backstage kind of dressing room curtain that you feel like would potentially kind of lead towards the staff area that Rooker was talking about.
Do you guys think we can get some backstage passes? I'd love to meet the acts.
If you keep talking, the only thing I think we're gonna get is a hammer to the face.
Oh my god, that sounds so cool.
Oh god, I hate you.
Oh, this is awesome.
I hate this whole place.
Do we ever have to leave?
I'm gonna bend it to the ground.
Oh, that fire would be awesome.
I just get up and leave.
Alright. You go ahead and you get up and leave.
Oh, think about the fire, man.
I will turn
Dude.
towards Tovrek and look at it and go, "Don't leave me to babysit!"
Oh, there's babies? Where are the babies? I love babies.
I will turn to Leon. "Hey, Leon, I saw a pond with swans over here. Let's go."
What? Oh, dude, I love swans. I follow. But hey, we're headed back to the big top later, right?
Yes.
For the show? Okay.
Yes.
All right. But where are the swans?
They're over this way. Tovrek, where are you going?
I'm gonna go find the other two assholes and see if they're still assholes.
You know they're still assholes. They're assholes for hours.
Okay, but like, seriously, the swans? Yeah.
All right. We'll
Oh,
walk
swan.
over here to the swan ride.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, Hey, Mark, where'd you post the riddles?
They're underneath the dragonfly rides on the map.
Okay, thank you.
I love dragonflies.
Even I'm starting to hate you.
I love everybody though. Come on, guys.
I love you, but I hate you.
You gave me this rule.
I
You did it.
Dude,
You
tell
did.
me about it.
You did this to us.
You did. So deal with it.
As you guys are running over from the big top over to the gondola swans and the Silver Song Lake, almost like it just kind of popping out from underneath one of these, I guess these wooden pathways, and walking underneath, you just see this small little troop of gnomish clowns that are kind of like this marching band that kind of just march across like you go across and go from one to the other.
Are they like normal gnomes, or are they like garden gnome height?
They're like guarded gnome height.
I sing along and march in place and salute.
The I can't believe I'm gonna do this. The last one in the line, I want to punt towards the lake. As I mumble, fucking clowns.
You go ahead and do a strength check for me.
Oh fuck.
You're the one who fucking wanted to do it.
2.
Alright. Yeah, you go ahead and go to swing to kick this little fucking garden gnome. The grass, however, stamped down and has slight mildew on it, causes you to slip and fall, completely missing the gnome altogether. They do go and immediately are like, kind of growl at you a little bit as they go and kind of scamper off a little more hurriedly underneath the other bleacher.
Get up.
You don't take
brush
any
my-
damage.
I will get up and brush. You want?
Rooker, what a thrill! You took a spill.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we might got 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell me what you think you got so far, and then I'm gonna go back.
Fortune bold. And stone and moss. Alright, that's what I thought, so
Okay, so we got some progress here.
right.
I'm
You know,
proud of you
one
guys.
of them helping you guys.
Proud of you guys. Okay, so you guys come across, excuse me. You guys come over here, and sorry, I'm burping like crazy. This beer is terrible. You actually see that as you come over here, there is a small crowd that's kind of gathering over by Silver Song Lake here. Currently, there are no swans in the dock right now, but you do see there might be 1 or 2 people who are waiting for it. Mist gathers at the banks of the shimmering lake. Near its center, a mermaid lounges in a giant bowl, singing a glorious, haunting song that captivates spectators on the lake shore. In response, the lake water coalesces into magical sculptures? I don't know why I'm struggling with sculptures. Coalesces into magical sculptures that
Well, you're
roll
more than
around her
3
as
weeks
she
out from
performs.
Thanksgiving, come November 25th, and any of you.
And yes, you do see this mermaid go, and she is swimming around, singing, and as she sings, these like almost illusions of these people coming up and like dancing with each other over the lake start to appear. Let's see. Let me try and remember who's here. Or Tovrak, are you with them, or did you split off from them?
No, I walked away from them. I'm by myself at the moment.
Okay.
I do the Aziz. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Clap across the stage.
Yeah, so I'll say that Rooker, you do notice that the sculptures that you witness are definitely her using control water as she is singing.
Tell how the lake. How clear is the water?
It's like closer to the shore, it's pretty shallow, but once you get closer to the mermaid herself, it gets a little more deeper, and that's specifically where the statues are performing.
To the bottom? Anywhere? Bottom of the lake that I could.
I mean, yeah, I said it's pretty shallow near you.
Trinkets, coins, anything in the lake? The bottom?
I'm gonna say no, not over here. As you guys go ahead and you guys are listening to her performance, you hear a cry come from the crowd that says, "Why don't you fucking shut up, you fucking salmon?" And immediately, like you, like this jeers the mermaid a little bit as she's like, and she goes and continues to sing a little bit more.
I search the crowd for the heck.
Yeah.
You guys go ahead and do perception checks for me.
Oh, hang on one sec. Get there real phone. Perception?
Yep.
I'm gonna call Lucky.
Okay, I think that's the last time you can do that, right?
No, I got one more.
Oh wow, 3, huh?
Yep. So that is a 16 and a natural 20 minus 1, 19.
You guys furiously look over the crowd, but do not find anybody who stands out as being the heckler. After a little bit longer, you hear someone else yell out from another part of the crowd, yell, "Boring!" This also causes the mermaid to stutter a little bit during her performance.
Know where that one came from since how we were already looking?
Yeah, she does call out a third time to heckle, and on the third time I will allow you to check one more time.
Can I do an insight check instead with Lucky?
I mean, I'm good. You can, but I'm gonna tell you that that will not help you.
Okay, I got a 12. My last lucky point.
Typically, when you do insight, you have a target that you're inciting. But this, you're just kind of looking over a crowd.
Okay.
I got a 7.
I got a 12 with Lucky.
Unfortunately, she did roll higher both times. So, at this point, she goes, and the mermaid starts to falter mid-song, and you watch her as she leaps out of her bowl and darts off, heading downriver. So that would be down this way.
You know, that's really rude, whoever was heckling the mermaid.
Everybody, as you guys look over the perception checks over the crowd, everybody looks just as confused as you guys are, and just like insulted that they would dare heckle her.
That was amazing. I'm gonna take off down the river.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys there. Real quick before I get to Hernus and Genesis, Tovrak, what is going on?
Oh. I want to do a perception check to see if there's anything even remotely normal about this place. Or like if everybody's turned into weirdos. I got a 22.
So where you are right now, you are near a lot of food stalls, and honestly, you kind of see patrons going up to the stalls, grabbing food, and walking by you, and the food that they're grabbing all seem to be perfectly normal, as, normal fair food it goes. There are certain things that are obviously weird, like you do see kind of further up the path the Displacer Beast that's heading over Lost and Found. And you see people who are doing some carnival games, and those said carnival games, while they might have a quirky Feywild spin onto them, for the most part, they're all pretty similar to what you might see normally at a carnival.
Does any of the food look particularly interesting?
From the local area that you see next to you, you see a stand that's selling blue frosted cupcakes, another one selling candied apples on a stick, something that is called a Euphoro cookie, which just looks like saucer-sized cookies dusted in some kind of coating, an evening berry wine, which they go and advertise as a sweet non-alcoholic drink.
What are dragonfly rides?
Not as good as
Dragonfly
unicorn rides.
Swear to God, I'm gonna beat your head in when I catch up with you.
It's not my fault. Blame the goblin.
I mean, you took the deal.
Hey, you were the one too cheap to get in here.
It was more like he was too rich to get in here.
I know, right? You're gonna trade a gem for a ticket? Fuck that.
Alright, so you approach, and huge lily pads rest on the surface of a pool glistening with phaerophycent algae. Giant dragonflies use the lily pads as landing platforms, buzzing loudly overhead with wings as brilliant as stained glass windows, and alighting briefly to drop off and pick up excited passengers. Near the entrance, a small, smiling tree turns your way and beckons you over. A red squirrel clings to his leafy canopy, peering at you suspiciously.
I just want to sit on the grass and watch the dragonflies.
Okay. You go ahead and you sit over to the side, and you watch as people ride on the dragonflies as they go and buzz around. And, let's see. Yeah, for the most part, they're just kind of leisurely flying their riders in a figure 8 around the carnival. So they kind of leave the dragonfly area and they kind of do this figure 8, whee, kind of lap around, and then come back.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch them for a while.
Okay. Let's go back to Hernus and Genesis. What's up, guys?
Alright,
Hey,
so...
teacher, what up?
So, for fall, we're thinking prone. Nope, okay.
Damn it!
Ditch, 9?
I'm actually really impressed that you got that one.
Okay, yay!
I don't think I would have gotten that one.
That was the one I got.
So for bonus points, because you're figuring it out, what are the solutions for the 3 that you got so far?
how we solved them?
Yeah.
Well, Fortune's the bold. And then stone and moss, because no moving stone doesn't gather moss. Stitch and 9. I don't know, it just sound right.
Yeah, I feel like it was a
A
rhyme.
stitch in
to some-
time saves 9.
No,
Thank
there
you.
go.
There
Yeah.
it was a part of a rhyme. That's why
Yeah,
we
then
were
you're
like,
done.
yeah, that sounds familiar.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Fall.
Fall prone. That was my contribution because I was like, well, he's a gamer. Maybe he's testing us with them. Fine.
Right, well, that's the thing. It's in a book. It's not him making it. The only thing I could say was what was the one I had earlier, Daniel?
Let me look through it. We also
I
had
had fall proof. Fall.
Proof?
Yeah.
yeah, but I was like,
you know,
well,
it
that
would be better if
doesn't
it
make
was full because
Yeah,
full proof, but
We're gonna break it here a little bit. Does anybody want
I
to
was
try
gonna
and
say-
assist with the last one they're struggling with?
Okay.
No, the fall one was the one that I was having a really hard time with.
Same.
hint.
I was gonna say fall proud, but
This might give it away, but
Fall.
this is something completely different from the proverb. This is just using that word in a different way.
okay. Fall. What?
So ignore that this is here.
A rock.
Rock.
Rock and stone. No, I'm sorry.
Something
Oh.
rock.
I know what it is now.
Something rock.
Your pride goeth before the fall.
Pride.
Pride.
Pride goes before the fall.
Oh, that's clever. Fuck, we didn't get that.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah,
I wasn't either.
Yeah,
It's not something you would really think of.
Yeah, that's
Right.
actually
Fall.
I got
That
as
sounds
soon
like
as-
old, like that's something like Grandma would have said to me.
It is.
No,
it's
it's
like
like a
Bible
book.
shit.
Yeah.
So I'll
I've
be
heard it
honest with
before.
you. Of those 4, the way they present it is that they give you the question first and then the solutions at the bottom. I got all 3 of them except for a stitch in time saves 9. I've never heard that before in my life.
Oh, really? So we impressed
Never
you
in
with that
my
one. Okay,
life
cool.
had I ever heard that one. So
I
the
think
fact that-
I think I might have
fact
heard
that
it
you
once,
guys-
but it's whatever.
Yeah, I've
fact that
heard
you
it
guys
before.
got
That's why I was like,
3
oh,
out of 4 to me is like, hey, thumbs up, good job.
But yeah, that man, pride cometh before the fall. Damn it, pride. Of course, fuck.
All right,
Still don't understand how rock was a hint though.
Pride Rock,
Pride Rock.
I was not gonna make that connection.
Lion King.
Yeah, wait.
No, I'm with Ryan.
You've never heard of Pride
No.
Rock,
I
Ryan?
know
we've
what
heard of
Pride
Pride
Rock
Rock,
is from.
But that when I see rock, that
movie.
does not come to mind. When I see
To be
rock,
honest,
that-
I was
Rock and
thinking
Fall.
the boulder for some reason.
The boulder.
well, he's prideful.
Or rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Fall, Dwayne Rock Fall. I don't know.
I mean, is it like
All right.
duplex? Like,
Duplex? What the fuck?
So you guys go ahead, and she's like, "Okay." Diana chimes in. She's like, "Have you guys painted in names?"
Yes, we have, love.
yes. I believe we
Alright.
have all the names.
She's like, "Go ahead and take a free ride on the carousel."
All right.
Join me, Ernest.
Yeah, I jump on one of the horses. Or
Ashley
the
Buster.
unicorns, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I do.
Um,
Actually, before I jump on the horse, I drop pop and I locked it. And I hopped on the horse.
Hey, drop pop.
Word.
I like.
You guys go ahead and jump onto the carousel, and as normal, when you guys watched the ride before, it was literally just wooden unicorns that were riding around in circles. This time, though, as you put in the names, the unicorns start to come to life and move a little bit as they go and turn their heads and look to you. And
It's alive!
telepathically, they go and look to you and say, "I believe you are here for questions about Prismere." And
No,
for your
I'm here to
questions-
ride you, baby.
Yes, we are. Among other things.
Yes, so what questions do you have that you might be seeking?
Well, the first straightforward is, how do we get to Presmere?
Let's see.
How long does this curse last? The whole night?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna stab that goblin.
I will give you another one, Ryan, because they do not know that.
Okay.
How do you
There's
keep
a-
your
there's
horns so
a-
shiny?
There's a portal to Prismere. Is it in the carnival?
Ah, Prismere, the throne of Sibyllina, who is frozen in time. Yes, the portal is here in the lab, or the portal is here in the fair.
Where in the fair?
Mare.
Huh. He's like, I'm sorry, I do not know that information.
Tell me before I drop this dice on you.
Is there anything we can do to help Diana?
She, 3 hags have seized control of Zybilna's domain and split it among them. Together these hags form the Hourglass Coven. This coven must be defeated in order for Zybilna to be free.
Alright
Okay.
then. Where are these 3 hags?
Their splinter realms are called Hither, Thither, and Yon. You may find them in Prismere.
Okay. Do you know? Okay, you already asked if they know where the portal is in the carnival. They don't know where.
That means we just gotta tear
It-
apart every tent until we find it.
Is there an ally that might help us here?
She goes. They were silent for a second, and they like, this information I do not know.
Just imagining Genesis like draped over like the unicorn.
I am.
Hugging
I
and
am. I'm
kissing
full
on
on
his horn.
arms
Not-
around
not-
its neck.
Not kissing, but more of like he's just in pure
I'll tell you.
bliss.
So I'll meta game this because there's only one other thing that they know.
Okay.
They know the name of the hags, the name of the realm, which they just told you, but I'm gonna write it all down because it's confusing names.
I'll
And
probably
that the
forget him anyways.
and that the coven is so riddled with distress that each hag is convinced that her sisters are plotting against her.
Ah, so there is strife between the sisters.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm
all
gonna
right,
go
yeah.
ahead and I'm just gonna copy this information, paste it into the Discord, and I will. Whenever you meet up with the rest of the party, you can relay this information.
All right. Well, I'm so glad everyone else was just, floating in bubbles while we figured out a riddle.
Yeah, and
There you go.
Alrighty.
Okay. At this point, once the last of their information is given, they go back to their rigid wooden unicorn form, and the ride ends. Diana is there to greet you, and she's like, "So, did the unicorn speak to you?"
They did, and they gave us information that will be useful, hopefully.
That makes me glad.
Yes. As they kind of like walk out and come around, I was like, I think I know what to do in order to help your situation, Diana. But it will probably take time, so bear with us.
She's like, I appreciate that. But I personally would rather not get my hopes up, as I have a good home here at the fair. But if I so happen to go back to the way I was, I would be most grateful.
All right.
well, then we'll try to make that happen.
Just try not to be too down on yourself. Enjoy yourself and know that people out there are trying to help you.
She nods and she's like, "Thank you."
And with that, I
And she
said,
kind of gestures out and she's like, "Please enjoy the rest of the carnival."
Oh, I think I'll be hanging around here for quite a while.
and with that, I was like, all right, well, you have fun with that. I give like a little like nod to Diana, it says, and I say, take care, and I start walking away from the carousel.
Okay. At this point, she does look at Genesis, and she's like, normally is that you're just fascinated with unicorns. You're not usually obsessed with unicorns.
Really? I
but,
got
I mean,
a
if
completely
that-
different impression here. I had the strong desire to let the world know how much I love them.
Yeah. But usually it doesn't mean that you hang around the carousel the rest of the day. But she does good. But if you keep riding it, I will have to start charging your ticket.
All good things must come to an end then. Goddamn.
She ruffles your hair. She's like, "Have a wonderful day at the fair."
Okay.
With this, I start kind of backtracking the way we started, going back through this area. As I'm walking, can I do a perception check to see if I by chance see any of my compatriots?
I was going to tell you to do a perception check. Okay. Genesis, are you accompanying Ernest? Good talk. All right, go ahead and do your perception check.
11.
Tovrak, are you just kind of hanging out in the open, or are you hiding?
I don't know. I was pretty in the open. I wasn't like purposely trying to hide.
Then I will say that 11 is good enough.
Okay. So when I get here, I see Torvak in the Dragonfly ride. And so I start walking to the entrance to the Dragonfly ride, and I enter it. And I start
Okay.
walking towards Torvak unless somebody
Can you do the
stops me.
description again?
No, a bunch of giant lily pads with giant dragonflies that have to go up and down. It's the ride, right?
And then there's a treant hanging out in front with a little red squirrel.
Oh,
As you
this
go-
is where they did it? I thought it was over in the middle of the carnival.
He was running around like giving stuff around to the fair.
Mhm.
But he's also the person who goes and manages the dragonfly rides.
Gotcha.
So as
Does
you
he
come
allow
up-
me in access, or do I have to stamp my ticket to get in?
He's like, "No, man, how you doing?"
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. The little squirrel comes up. He's like, "Yeah, he's always doing great. You here to ride the ride?"
No, actually, I have a friend that's over there. I needed to talk to them.
the Esmir one. Okay, yeah, go ahead and talk to him. All right, that sounds great. Hey, man, like you shouldn't be so mean to people, man. What do you mean? I'm being business. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Let's go. And he's like, man, if it weren't for Mr. Watch's pocket watch, you'd be toast. Yeah, whatever. They start bickering against each other.
With that over here, I'm like, wait, a pocket watch? What is he-
Yeah, man. Like, he looks over at the squirrel. The squirrel's giving him a wide eye. He's like, I'm not really supposed to talk about this, but, the carnival can't run without Mr. Watch's pocket watch.
No, I mean,
I hope he never loses it.
I'm agreed. This is a wonderful place. I mean, but what does a pocket watch have to do with it?
Oh, man, the pocket watch is the carnival, man. The carnival's the pocket watch.
Interesting. And who has the pocket watch?
Mr. Witch.
Isn't he one of the owners of the
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty great guy, man. He's one of the people who's in charge of the carnival. Did you know they're not even the original owners?
I did not.
Man, like they're not even from the Feywild.
There's no way. Where are they? Do you know where they're from?
Matter an inch though, dog. We're all one big happy family here.
Yeah, I can tell you guys. This is a lovely place, and you really enjoy working here, don't you?
Absolutely, man. Love working here. bringing a sea of smiling faces to all over the place. You know, just nothing that Mister likes more than just seeing a sea of smiling faces, man. If the carnival's happy, he's happy. And you know what? If he's happy, we're all happy in turn.
Gotcha. Well, that's good to know. And I kind of bring up my fist like a fist pump.
Hey, man. He goes and fist bumps you too.
I'm like, all right. Well, you stay cool, buddy.
All right, man. Yeah, your friend's over there hanging out by the tree, watching the dragonflies. I can admire that, man. I like watching the dragonflies too. That's why I'm over here.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Maybe I might come back and ride one of the dragonflies.
The squirrel chimes in. It's like, yeah, if you do, I go ahead and punch your ticket at that point, and we can get you on the ride. That'd be great.
Of course, we'll do, little friend. I'll see you guys later. I walk by, and I go to Tovrak. Tovrak?
Go ahead and...
Tovrak?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Oh, just waiting for you to sort the stupid out, and so we can get on with getting the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Stupid. We were solving a great puzzle. There's nothing stupid about that. We gave unicorns life. I can't imagine a more noble purpose. God, what is wrong with me ever since I came to this place?
Oh, that's right. I was going to tell you.
Can
The
we
goblin
leave?
enchanted you, bro. You love unicorns for the rest of the night. Anyways, Tovrak.
Going to kill him.
Yeah. Tovrak, have you been able to talk to anybody and find anything out?
No, because everybody seems to have a case of the stupids here.
Yeah, that's...
Well, the goblin's a dick. You can blame him for that.
Yeah, I think it's more than just the goblin. Found out some interesting things, actually. Apparently, the owner of this carnival, has a watch that controls or powers it or something along those lines, but the happier people are, the better. And I have a feeling it has an effect over people.
Alright, so where's this asshole with this pocket watch?
That would be the owner, one of the two owners of this fair. I think it was Witch. Am I right, Mark? It's a
Yeah,
Witch.
so the owner of the pocket watch is Mr. Witch.
Mr. Witch, yeah. And we also found out, what was it, Zybelia? Remember that old gentleman wanted us to help his patron, which was her, right? She's actually apparently been frozen in time by by 3 hags. So looks like she's in danger, so we might need to find that portal faster than we thought.
Well, alright then, well, at least we have a way to get out of here.
Yeah, the portal is definitely in the fair. Where though, I do not know.
You know, there is something big happening at the big top at midnight. They wouldn't
Sounds
say
like-
though.
They wouldn't say. Well, it sounds like we should probably be there at midnight.
It means we're gonna have to grab Leon again.
What happened to Leon?
Leon got hit with a case of the stupids after doing a flight, a literal flight and a verbal flight, in these stupid bubbles, and now everything amazes him. Disgustingly.
Didn't everything already amaze him before?
Yes, but like in a I'm an intellectual kind of way. This is like I'm a 3rd-year-old who's just hatched from an egg and the world is so bright and full of colors and oh my god, and I'm gonna kill him if I hear
Alright,
him
well.
speak again.
Well, let's hopefully that to come to that. Remember, it's just the fair. This whole place has if we're not careful, it'll affect all of us in certain ways.
Yeah, a
So-
little too late for that, Ernest.
Damn it. With that, I come up to Genesis. You're absolutely right. I pull up his arm, put my hand around his wrist, and we start doing the waltz.
Oh, good. Good to know I'm not the only one that was enchanted.
Oh yeah. You haven't noticed that as I spin him and
I
bring
just
him
thought you were
back,
having a good time until
and then
now.
I dip him, and I pull him back up. And with that, I finish. I'm like, all right, well, let's keep on looking around, shall we?
You got it, Ernest.
And with that, I start doing the Macarena as I start sliding backwards, shaking my hips and stuff. Not the Macarena, I'm sorry, the rumba. As I start doing back and I do a twirl and I snap my fingers a couple times and I keep on walking.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it's time to abuse this.
I will do my best to find multiple different types of dances.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on pause right there. As we get back to Rooker and Leon, you guys just saw the mermaid swim off downstream.
Chasing her down.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you. Cool. Rooker, do you follow?
No, I was gonna head over towards the giant pie that I see.
The giant what?
Giant pie over here at the.
Oh, the feasting orchard. Okay, so you guys go ahead and split. I'm gonna have you guys roll off against each other. Who we're gonna deal with first?
Natty 1.
8.
Rooker. You got an 8. All right, we're gonna go with Rooker first. All right. So Rooker, music and mirth. Break my voice. Music and mirth radiate from this park. The heady scent of flowers, mead, and berry pie waft through the air. Stilled walkers pluck fruit from trees, musicians drum, pipe, and strum, and everywhere there is singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard. So, you see that there's a few contestants who are walking away from like these two benches over here, and more people are starting to sit down as someone calls for come participate in the fairy cake eating contest. Come all.
I will run to the cake eating.
You go ahead and you sit right down. As you approach, they go and say, "Excuse me, sir, it costs 1 ticket punch to enter."
I will wave my ticket up in the air and not even look.
He enthusiastically punches your ticket as if he did this 100 times as you're waving it through the air effortlessly. You go ahead and almost like magically, like we're talking like Hogwarts level of just food appearing. The tables get piled up high with small glazed cupcakes, each filled with a dollop of berry custard. The person who's hosting this area goes and explains the rules to everybody, and he says, "The goal is simple. Eat as many cupcakes as you can within 60 seconds." So he goes ahead and he's like, "All right, on your marks, get set, go." So real quick, I need to know, what is your Constitution modifier?
1 + 1.
Okay. So you can go ahead and in 3 seconds you can eat 4 cupcakes. If you wish to push it, you can, and it'll be a Constitution saving throw.
I will do 4. 3 seconds.
You're gonna do what?
I will do the 4 in 3 seconds.
All right.
I will not push it.
Okay. Well, other contestants are gonna start pushing it, and they're gonna see what they get. So currently there are 5 other people. So let me go ahead and just make my life easy here by doing 5 dice. You see 2 of them as they keep pushing cough and sputter out cupcakes out of their mouth. One person who coughed went ahead and kept trying to push himself, and he ended up throwing up and falling and losing the competition altogether. Three of the people who ended up not coughing up immediately, they are also starting to cough a little bit, while one person's just going strong. All of them at this point actually fail. So all of them start to fail their thing, with 2 more falling over. So this means only 2 left. So as of right now, you're kind of taking the slow pace, while these other 2 are saying, okay, they're kind of noticing, and they're starting to try and do an even pace with you. One guy tries to push a little bit harder, and he ends up choking again. The other guy, seeing that he's almost caught up to you, he's going to try pushing again. He rolls a nat 1. So at that point, he starts to go throw up as well. And the 60 seconds are up. Time! They go and count out. Most of the people are passed out at this point, except for you and one other guy who looks really shitty. And they go and total it up and find that indeed the Kenku, or not the Kenku, you're not a Kenku, you're a fucking
I'm a Vedelkin.
Vedelkin. The Vedelkin wins! He goes ahead and he's like, here's your prize for winning. And he presents to you a cupcake that, instead of it having it's not small glaze, instead it's a much larger cupcake that is vanilla with a big dollop of like this kind of weird, like, kind of it looks like a dollop of whip, but it's slightly see-through and it has a blue tinge to it. So for all intents and purposes, you're carrying around a cupcake, but this cupcake functions like a potion of invisibility.
I will. Do I see you guys over here yet?
What's that?
Do I see you guys over here at the Dragonfly ride?
No, you do not yet, actually.
If I exit out of there, kind of look around, see if I see anybody.
Well, as you're sitting there, you have someone who you might not have noticed amongst the crowd, but she's been sitting here this whole time, strumming away on her instrument. She comes over and hands you a no ticket that has no punches and asks for your punch ticket in return.
I will.
Yeah, she goes ahead and he says, she's like, I believe that you're going to need this more than I will tonight, friend.
You, ma'am.
She goes and gives a little smile, and she goes and kind of walks away. Okay. Go ahead.
I will then exit that area. Kind of look, see if I.
And now we're gonna go to Leon. Leon, you're chasing after the mermaid. Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, I am.
What? What was that?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. Alright, you sounded a little bit like Porky Pig when you answered. It was like, yep. Okay, let's see. Where the fuck? that's why, because it doesn't make fucking sense. Alright, yeah. So you go ahead and you run down, you go ahead and you run towards the river. You kind of going around the thicket here. And as you keep running along, you actually find her to be sitting right here in this spot. I'm actually going to take this dice and put it here so you see exactly where. She's sitting here leaning against the bank right next to the Hall of Illusions.
And I see her immediately.
Yeah, you see her there, and she's kind of weeping.
Alright, I announce my presence and say, "Milady!" and wave.
She's kind of taken back, and she's like, "Oh, fairgoer, like, how can I help you?"
I approach on the bank and then kind of like kneel down. Whoever heckled your performance was an idiot. It was one of the greatest things I've seen today.
She's like, I appreciate it. Thank you. And she kind of gets like a little quiet. She's like, but I mean, not everybody thought so.
Ma'am, I have quite the eye for these things. I didn't necessarily see who was yelling at you. I don't know if it was someone well hidden or maybe you have like a secret hater or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, she kind of looks a little blue after saying secret hater. But she's like, oh, well, you can't please everyone.
In any case,
she does
that
look
was
up
all.
at this point, and she's like, you know, I really like to see my friend over there. The person who runs the Hall of Illusions, his name is Candlefoot. Would you be willing to go see Candlefoot for me, please?
Of course.
And she goes and kind of just sits there on the bank. Or not really sits there, but like kind of just, elbows up on the bank while she stays in there. Okay, so you circle around, I'm assuming, to the entrance of the Hall of Illusions?
Yeah.
Okay. So, a wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and green flowing cape hovers inside a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. You see a halfling couple hold hands as they approach the glass cabinet. One of the halflings is wearing butterfly face paint. As he drops to one knee and pulls a small box from his pocket, his sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the nearby tent without getting his ticket punched.
Dope.
So you may go ahead with that knowledge. Roll a history check for me, please.
History check. That is a 5.
5, you got nothing.
Yep.
To which I will say that the act of these halflings happened over here.
Okay.
Okay. And you saw him run right in. So
That's amazing.
This this large tent is painted with a mural of shifting images that show grinning fairies diving into deep pools of color. The helical stripes of the tent's pointed canopies rotate in spirals, and the whole display seems designed to befuddle onlookers. A clown, dressed in muted garb, stands at the tent's entrance, blinking at you.
Are you Candlefoot?
He goes and kind of looks at you, and he just nods.
The mermaid says, "What's up?"
You see him, kind of his face light up as he kind of holds his heart and kind of just swoons back and forth.
Yeah, she's over there at the bend in the river, behind the tent. I don't know if like you need somebody to watch your post or whatever, but I'm like down. You want to go say hi for a second?
He goes and kind of like immediately he's like he wants to go, and then he kind of stops and he kind of just like muddles back and forth and kind of gestures to his position and points to himself and points to his position.
You're stuck there.
He kind of just gestures like yes and no.
That's incredible.
He goes and kind of like you can tell that he is like, even though he's dressed up kind of like as a clown, as a mime, him not being able to talk is kind of a new thing for him. So he's not like moving intricately, he's not moving with a sense of like, aha, yes, like a box wall or anything. No, he's like kind of gesturing and trying to play charades a little bit with you.
Do you,
he goes
do you have
and
a
says
message for the mermaid?
he basically, well, he looks to you and he's gestures, he points to himself. He does like the slice across his throat, like, you know, for like a
You
cancel.
cut.
He points to his eyes,
See.
and then he points over towards where you just came from.
You can't see over there. You can't
yeah.
see the mermaid?
He double thumbs up.
Why is that good?
He shakes his head no. He's like, no, not
Yes,
good.
that is bad. You're correct. Why was it good?
He goes and says, or he doesn't say anything, but he's like, he kind of does, he spins his fingers together and kind of gestures like a little motion of like behind his shoulder.
Together in the back.
It's really hard to do this shit when you can't see what I'm doing. He just kind of gestures like away from himself, and he's like, yeah, he gestures away from himself and he points to himself.
Away from you?
He gestures no.
No. Close to
Um,
you.
He just shrugs at that.
Listen, are you and the mermaid a thing?
He gives you a thumbs up.
Alright, right on, bro.
And he goes and gestures that he points to himself, and he gets down on one knees and mimes that he has a box in his hand. He opens it up.
You proposed.
He gives you a thumbs up.
Okay.
He's like finger up as like 1 second. He points to his throat, and then he does the swiping cancel motion.
You can't talk.
No swiping. Swipe or no swiping.
And he kind of points he points down to the ground with both his fingers.
You can't talk in hell. You
You
can't talk
gotta-
here.
He gestures you to keep going.
You can't talk in this place.
This realm of existence.
He keeps gesturing.
In the general vicinity, you cannot speak.
He goes and like he kind of looks and say like he kind of gestures to ask if you have something you can write with.
I mean, as I check my inventory,
I have blood.
Alright. Tell you what. I have this disguise kit. I assume there's makeup in it. Why don't we just write on the ground in makeup? Or on any of the mirrors nearby?
He kind of shrugs and he's like kind of like, okay, sure.
That's all I got, bro. Sorry.
He's fine. He goes ahead and takes the makeup and he starts writing in the corner of a mirror. At some point, a little girl like comes up. He punches her ticket. She runs into the ride.
I think it was she punches her in the face, and I was like, "Whoa, that's amazing."
So he goes and he writes in the corner of the mirror, and he like gestures for you to come over.
I walk over.
He points to it, and it says, "I lost my voice as I was proposing."
Oh, that's fucked up. Did you do it here?
He nods.
Well, I just saw the other guy do that. Did you laugh a lot?
He goes and shakes his head no. He's like, he puts a finger up, like one finger up. He says, he writes in the mirror, "I know who did it."
Who?
He goes and starts like bobbing his head and flapping his arms like a bird.
Was it a griffin?
He shakes his head no.
Damn. Bobbing and flapping. His name is Bobby Wing?
At this point, he starts rubbing like his nose in between his eyes.
Whoa, how'd you do that? It's incredible.
Yeah, he keeps doing the bobbing and flapping his wings. He's flapping his arms like a bird.
Bobbing and flapping. Do you have a name you can write down, dog? Or like, what are we looking at here?
As soon as you say name, he kind of shrugs.
So you don't know the
But
name, but you know who did it?
He goes to the mirror and he tries really hard to draw, but it's like a really, really shitty picture, but you can kind of make out that he's trying to draw something that looks like a crow or a raven.
Alright, so some sort of bird entity did this
He
to
nods. He nods.
you. Sorry. Was the name Rooker by any chance? I know a bird.
He like puts his finger up to his head. He's like, he doesn't, he like points, but he's like, he goes and writes quickly on the mirror. It's like, not Rooker, but what is Rooker?
Rooker's a dark bird. I think they're called like a shmenku or something.
He's something different now.
He goes and points his
Was.
He goes and points his finger on his nose, and he's like that.
So a shmenku stops you from talking. Okay.
So he goes and
Is the shmenku here?
he nods profusely.
Where?
He just kind of gestures to the fair.
So somewhere around the fair, there's a shmenku that stopped you from talking.
Shmenku.
He goes and starts nodding.
All right, I got this group of guys, and they seem to have a particular set of skills. I'm gonna go talk to them real quick.
He go and like he dances a little bit. He lights off a few little magical tricks, using prestidigitation.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to the mermaid?
What's your number?
He makes a heart with his hands.
All right, I'll go tell her before I go talk to my boys.
All right.
Mike, I fucking hate you.
Okay, so you gonna go talk to the mermaid first?
Yeah, and with that, I make my way over to the mermaid.
All right. You relay the message.
Name.
And I walk over there and I'm like, hey, your boy loves you. Like a lot. It's incredible.
She goes, I know. He lost his voice earlier today, and I really wish he can get it back.
Yeah, I'm on the case. Like, I got some friends. Particularly set a skill.
You see her.
It makes us a really hard group to deal with for people like that. So
You see
let
her
me
tail
go
kind
talk
of
to
flap in the water, and she's like, "You will?"
yeah, I'm gonna. I'll do my best. I'm gonna go talk to them real quick, and we'll see
All
what's
right.
up.
Cool. And she's happy at that. She's like, "Oh, great haste to you." All right. At this point, we're gonna go back to the three amigos. We got Tolrak, Hernus, Genesis.
How about this? Out of game. How much longer do you want to play?
Not too much longer.
Okay. So I said, all right. So I guess we should probably go meet up with everyone else.
Probably. So we can find this watch.
I guess as I stand at the entrance of the Dragonfly Riders, I would like to do a perception check to see if I can see any other of my companions.
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check.
Slow rolling dice. Rolling, slowing dice. It's like a 14.
Yeah, with a 14, I'll say you kind of like look over the crowd. Probably move over here and look over the crowd a little bit. And you see a very slow-moving, bloated rooker coming out of the feasting orchard, holding a very big cupcake.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say if I failed that, I was gonna hop on one of those dragonflies. But all right then, yeah, and I start heading down that way.
And
I smile and I wave to the treant.
Hey, man.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, you leaving?
Yeah, I gotta go get some more friends.
Oh, well, okay. You're gonna get more friends and ride on the dragonflies, right?
I stop for a moment. I'm like, sure, let me ride those dragonflies right now.
The dragonflies are real fun, man.
I bet they are. Where's your little buddy? Here's my ticket.
Oh, yay! He runs over, like, runs up his arm and then takes a big bite out of your ticket, punching a hole in it.
And I pocket my ticket and we're like, all right, so what do I do now?
So they go ahead and you go ahead and he gestures you over to a dragonfly. You kind of hop on the back of a dragonfly, and the dragonfly goes and let's see. Go ahead and before you jump onto the dragonfly, make a perception check.
Perception.
That's going to be contested. This is a good opportunity.
This is a number 5 for my perception.
You rolled a 5?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I know.
So as you are jumping onto the back of the dragonfly, and as he starts to take off, you hear shouts of alarm erupt from a nearby lily pad. A giant dragonfly appears to have just taken off prematurely with its patron on the back. A middle-aged dwarf with a bright blue beard sits unfastened and is harnessed. And so right now you're about to take off, and you see this other dragonfly with the dwarf on his back take off prematurely, not harnessed in at all. And he's like, "God, help me!"
How far? Okay, well, how far away is this other lily pad?
Not too far away from you.
Okay. Is he still on the dragonfly or is he flying?
They have taken off. They are flying, and he is not harnessed in right now. So he's
Gotcha.
riding on this dragonfly unsecured.
Obviously, I hop onto my dragonfly, buckle up, and take off, and I go after them.
All
You're
right.
leaving us behind.
So you see that the dragonfly is like the one that is spooked
Mhm.
is kind of riding on its own path, and you see it's spooked and just got, just flew off and is doing its own thing. But your dragonfly is following the predetermined path that it always does. So what you can do is you can try to steer said.
I was just okay. I would like to try to steer it. Would animal handling? Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Boop-a-da-boo, do-do-do-do. Ooh, that's not good.
I'm basically just standing here watching all this play out. Like, why did you leave us? I thought we were leaving.
I got a 2.
Alright, you go and as you try, you try with all your might to steer this dragonfly off course and go after the dwarf. It is not having it.
$5 says he crashes the dragonfly.
You see that the dwarf starts to fall off of his harness and fails to grab onto said dragonfly as he falls from the dragonfly. Luckily, his fall is cushioned by a tent awning as he goes and falls on one of the tents here at the fair. And yeah, he falls off and he is thankfully not hurt as your dragonfly goes and continues its route, which is the figure 8 that I mentioned around the fair.
Gotcha. When I land, is where the dwarf fell on the tent, is it close by or is it on the other side of the fair?
It's not too far away. No, he landed on like one of these let me think. I guess he would have landed on one of these like little stalls over here that had little tents, so maybe like this one right here.
Gotcha. So with that, once my dragonfly lands, I unbuckle and I start running off. I say, Genesis, Torbrak, did you see that dwarf fall?
Oh yeah, I kind of made money on that, but Torvak wouldn't want to make a bet with me.
Yeah.
What the
Real
fuck
quick,
am I supposed to bet you? You had to make a deal with the devil to get in here. It's not like you were gonna give me anything if I won anyway.
Tovrak and Harness, since you
I
guys
got a
stayed
little
on the
coin,
ground,
but he didn't want coin. He wanted humor.
since you guys
By the
stayed
way,
on
you
the
really
ground
gotta try out
the whole
that
time-
carousel. It's really fun.
Motherfucker.
What? Role playing here.
Since you guys went and stayed on the ground the whole time, make a perception check for me as well.
Okay.
Wow. Nat 1. For a total of 6.
21.
Wow. Okay, so I'll let you got a total of 6. Ryan, you had a total of what, 5
For what?
for your perception check earlier?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, I'll let you right now. You had to beat an 8. And you rolled a 21. So, you guys both saw the commotion that happened with the dragonflies as well. What you do notice is that a shady figure, after Ryan took off and after they took off, you notice a shady figure that was over here in this vicinity going towards the feasting orchard. And all you could tell is that it appeared that whatever it was hunched over and had a very long beak.
Birdman. Let us battle.
Okay, so I'm guessing at this point, Genesis saw this. I'm technically in the air for how long?
Well,
How
you're in
long?
the air for a while. I'd probably say like a full trip around would be like 2, maybe 3 minutes.
Okay, so which means would give technically Genesis enough time to decide if he wishes to go after or stay put.
And at the same point as well, this has been giving it plenty of time that Rooker is now probably part of your guys' equation as well.
Yeah. So, let them figure that out. I'm in the air for a minute.
So yeah, Rooker, you're as soon as they spotted the Kenku, that's kind of where we're gonna get back to you.
Did I see the dwarf fall?
Yes.
I will head to where the dwarf fell then. Sure he's okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you find the middle-aged dwarf. He looks a little roughed up, but overall he's like, give me a hand up, will ya?
We'll grab his hand and lean way back into this.
Yeah, he goes ahead and he clambers out from in between the stalls and gets back up. He's like, well, thank you, lad. It's a good thing that tent was there, otherwise I might have been flatter than a pancake.
What happened?
I don't know. I was, I paid to play to ride the dragonfly, and I just saw a figure that was next to the dragonfly, and all of a sudden the dragonfly took off and is spooked. I didn't get a good look at the character, but I know something spooked it.
But you're all right. You're safe and sound. Nothing's broken.
I'm fine. I'll make it through just fine.
All right.
You do see him take a few steps, and he doesn't seem to have any limps, so nothing seems to be hurt.
Does he have any gold chains or anything fancy on him?
No.
I will wave him on his way, and I will head over to.
All right. Yeah. The middle-aged dwarf hobbles over, and you see him kind of reunite with his family. Ryan, go ahead and do another perception check since you're in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that Tovrak and Rooker, you guys do see each other.
I
will approach with a giant cupcake in my hands.
The perception check I got was a lot better. It was 19.
Cool. As you're flying around with the dragonfly, you see a Leon come around the corner from a Hall of Illusions.
Halls of Illusions.
Over here.
Oh. Oh fuck! He's way the fuck over there. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So right now you'd probably be about. I'd say you're probably like 15 feet in the air.
Okay, if that's the case, I yell down, Leon! Leon!
Oh my god, that's amazing!
And I wave at him.
Oh wow! Wow! How do I get to one of those?
If you can still hear me, meet us at the Dragonfly!
I'm gonna chase.
You're gonna chase after
the entire time.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna sprint full speed.
Right.
Dash
So
actions and all as far as I can go.
And you guys full sprint as you guys go through the entire fucking thing. All the way back.
You're doing great! Keep it up!
Alright, they're still doing their thing, so let's go back to Genesis, Rooker, Tovrak.
Alright, so I'm gonna go over to Tovrak and gesture over. Tovrak, come here for a second. Did you see that?
Did I see what?
Okay, man, you sounded so far away right there. Anyway, I think I saw one of Rooker's people over here. Well, it looks similar to him.
I thought Rooker was a street urchin or something. He doesn't really have people.
Well, you know, like him in his Birdman form, like one of those bird people.
Oh. Well, again, he's kind of like a street urchin or something. He doesn't really have people.
Like, I'm honestly also trying to remember, a little metagaming here. I'm also trying to remember everyone's personal quest here, and I believe Rooker's personal quest was he's trying to find his individual people, right? Or his flock? Is that correct?
Left of it.
What's left of your flock? Okay, yeah, so okay, so
The
I was
last
right.
thing I remember him saying is that his flock is dead.
Pretty much,
Dude.
I think there's 1 or 2 left that I haven't.
Well, then we may have found one!
Yeah, I think I'm the only one with a personal quest, like, inside the wilds.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, Rooker, I think I saw one of your people over there as well. Or someone that looked a lot like you, at least in your original body, if that makes any sense.
Hey, look at Genesis, dead in the face. What do you mean, my people?
Oh my god, don't you fucking dare be difficult with me right now. I am trying to help you.
I mean, if you just said, "Hey, I saw a Kanku over there," I mean, you wouldn't have this issue.
You're not helping.
And just because it's a Kenku doesn't mean it's part of my flock, Daniel. God damn.
He looked a lot like you. I thought it was a relative. Man, there's no way to make this not sound racist. There is no way I can do it.
So all Mexicans are related.
All white people are related.
we all look the same. Yeah.
All black people are related.
God damn you all, I hate you.
I mean,
Hermano.
Japanese,
Daniel, you have done this yourself.
All Dragonborn are related.
You have done that yourself. Love that, Ryan. Fuck you, though. How dare you Star Wars me? How dare you Star Wars me? Okay, well, I'm gonna come over here and investigate, since nobody else wants to.
Well, to be fair, from my point of view, the rock can appear
I
evil.
just got here.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for perception to see if I can find where he went. Alright, I got
Ryan,
to
you're the only one that heard that.
Yup.
No, I heard. So you rolled an 18 to see where they went?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, from what you saw before, you saw I'm going to use Leon since he's just right here. You saw a shadowy figure kind of leap over the river and head over this way.
Alright, now I'm going to follow him. See if I can pick up his trail. Do I see any tracks or anything like that to indicate where else he might be? Or do I see him at all? The shadowy figure. From where I am right now.
Go ahead and do your survival check.
Survival check, okay.
I'll look at Tovrak and be like, does he always go off half-cocked like this?
22!
I don't know.
20.
Also, we leave him here.
You see you see trails, footprints lead from where you were just at and go back into the crowd. And they seem to be leading out of the feasting orchard. But at this point, they start getting muddled in with the rest of the tracks of all the other fairgoers.
Damn it. And there's no way for me to discern which ones are the freshest?
No.
Damn it.
People here, there's no way. At this point, though, when you come out to this door, Ernest is coming around this corner to lead back to the Dragonfly, and Leon is still running full sprint after him. I would say it's probably like a leisurely jog. to keep up with him at a good pace.
Guess we're going yogging.
Yogging.
Yeah. And you keep yogging after Ernest, and at this point, I'm gonna say that Ernest, you're coming down for your descent, and Leon, you run past, or yog, excuse me, next to Genesis.
Hey, did you see a Birdman come by here?
It's funny you mention a Birdman. I was gonna ask you guys about a Shmenku that stole a guy's voice.
I think I saw one. He just ran by here, but I lost his tracks.
Was he holding the voice? That's amazing.
I don't know about holding a voice, but he was all cloaked and shadowy. Looked a little suspicious. I figured Rooker would be interested because he might have been part of his flock, so he's got a few left.
That's a really weird way to enunciate Rooker, but yeah, dude, let's go find him.
As they were talking, Ernest, your dragonfly lands, and you are now off the ride.
With that, I get off the ride and I just start running past. I stop on like a mid-jog kind of running. I look at the tree and I'm like, dude, the ride was awesome. Be back later. And then I keep on running.
As you hear him say like, yeah, man, have it. At that point, you're too far away to hear the rest.
Yeah.
Of it.
And then I run to here. I see Rooker and Tovrak. Like, did you guys see where the dwarf fell?
No, Ernest, I didn't see where the
You're not talking to you, Jedis. I'm talking to Rooker and Tovrak.
I look at Ernest. I look at Ernest and go, I found him. He's fine. He went on his way. He reunited with his family.
Okay, good. So
The only thing that's hurt on him is his pride.
That's fair enough. All right, well, good. All right, I was afraid it was going to be a whole mess. All right, never mind then. Whew. Where's Genesis?
He ran off half-cocked.
No, about what?
I don't know. Something. Thought he saw something. Probably a fucking unicorn and just took off running.
Cool. Let's go find him then, shall we? I know Leon was following me, so he should be around here as well. We should probably all regroup anyways.
I look at Ernest and ask him, do you have a container I can put this cupcake in?
I look at the giant ass cupcake and I said, I do not have a container, but I do have... What do I have?
I just want to cover it. I don't want to get the gooey topping all over in my back.
But that's the best part.
Sorry, bro. I thought I might have had something, but I do not. I got nothing to help you.
Alright, I'll just keep carrying it in my hands then.
All right. All right then. We start walking, and the general direction where I believe Leon would have been when he was following me.
Okay. You guys go ahead and I'm guessing as a group.
Yes.
Tolrek,
What?
are you walking with the group?
I guess, yeah, I can't hear you.
Why not?
I don't know, because you're fucking
You're
quiet.
whispering.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Mish.
Okay. Then yes, walk with the group. You guys walk back a little bit and you find Leon and Genesis talking.
Oh, hey, everybody.
Yeah, you're all a group again.
Oh, everybody. Alright, check it out. So I guess there's the Shmenku running around, and to be fair, could be one of Hernus' flock. Definitely a
Did
dick,
you say Hernus?
but
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
baby.
Rooker.
And the moment that he did that, I clap my hands, I spin around, grab my cock. Ooh, that's not me, son.
I clap him on the shoulder and I say, I'm sorry, man. Just got you on the mind lately. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Ernest.
And I look.
And with that, I go around, I do another spin, and I slap Genesis. I'm like, you better stop it. And with that, I put my head down a little bit, and I try to do a moonwalk.
Could be Hernus' flock. Definitely a dick. We're looking for the guy though.
Yes.
Or girl. Or
I can't tell the sexes anymore on these bird people, so you know.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't assume. I mean, maybe
These
like
bird people.
Oh, don't you
There's just some
fucking
way
nerd.
not to
Nerd
assume.
people.
As I'm listening to Genesis and Leon and the way they're talking, I'm like, don't worry, guys. I'll talk to them for you.
Alright, you speak the
Cool,
language of the
whatever.
Birdmen? I'm sorry,
I know how to. I know how to
Women
talk to
Bird people
various
alone.
beings. Yes. Don't you worry. I can handle that.
The
Uh-huh.
bird beaked, winged, and sometimes tailed.
Yes, but what you're saying is that we're looking for some aviating humanoid creature.
Avian.
We're looking
yeah.
for a Shmenku, an avian humanoid creature.
Okay.
Yeesh. It was over by near the dragonfly area, but I followed him to this vicinity before I ran into our buddies here.
All right then. Well, then with that, I take a quick look into where the feasting orchard is, and I do a perception check, trying to find someone that just fits the description that they have presented me.
Oh, so you're gonna go look for?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So first, I'm actually just gonna like look in the crowd in general to get kind of a lay, because I haven't even done this yet already, but see what kind of like people are here at the fair to begin with. The only people we really interacted is the people that work here. So I want to see actually
And the level
how
we're
busy
running towards.
is the fair and how many people and what kind of people are here.
The fair is actually very busy. It's very crowded. Think like Delmar Fair.
I was gonna say the Delmar Fair status.
It's a little bit less than that. Actually, you guys went to the Renaissance Festival. It's like Renaissance Festival.
Okay. How about
So
this?
it's pretty busy.
Is there a type
Make
of
me
people more than other? Because we're looking for an avian race.
So there is.
Is that a
definitely-
common amongst the crowd?
It is not common, but it's not exactly rare either.
Okay.
So most races are actually represented here, at least one or two, though a good overwhelming majority of the races that are here belong to three different categories. It is going to be fairies, Eladrin, which are the seasonal elves,
The season elves, yeah.
and Herringons, which are
Oh.
rabbit folk.
That one I'm not familiar with. What's
The little bard person that I did with when I was.
What? They're a Haragon? How did you pronounce that?
It's Herringon. I will give you.
Haragon. Okay, like hair and like a rabbit hair, and gone.
It's a play off
Paragon.
of there and gone,
Uh huh.
but with the hair like a rabbit.
You're right. Kind of like the bunny from Alice in Wonderland.
I'll give you a picture of a Herringon.
Okay.
It's actually more accurately like Bugs Bunny.
Oh, is it?
What's up,
I'll,
Dad?
I'll even write out the name.
There we go. Almost like Paragon. Paragon. Okay,
I see a paragon, champion of the light.
that's kind of cool. I've actually never seen that kind of credit before.
They're actually a new race that came out with this module.
Uh-huh.
So looking around the crowd right now, you do not see anything that even remotely looks like a Renku or a Kenku or a Genku
Or
whatever.
Shmenku, apparently.
Shmenku.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I see the maiden that I ticket with at all?
You do. And she is a halfling. Sorry, gnome. I had to pull out her card. She's a gnome.
How far away is she?
So she's not very far. She's actually in this little grove here. She approached you while she was sitting underneath this tree here,
Okay.
and you saw her heading back to that point.
Can I head over there and if she has seen a Kenku sneak through here recently?
She goes and smiles at you, and she's like, "You're exactly where you need to be right now." she goes and stops playing her music and looks at you and she's like, you did in fact see a Kenku. However, as she is like, I'm assuming you're talking about the one that walked from over there, and she points over towards the dragonfly rides, and she walked over towards the front entrance.
Does that person
Oh.
work here at the carnival?
The person that you're talking to?
The Kenku.
She's like, I don't think they do. But I will tell you one thing. I'm pretty certain that you will not be looking for a Kenku. Because I saw her cast a spell to disguise herself.
Oh, did you wish change?
I did not. By the time I saw her casting her spell and change, she was lost in the crowd.
Does it look like she works here at the carnival?
She is not wearing butterfly wings. So no.
I will thank her for her time, and I will head back over here and relay said information that the Kenku
Yeah.
did.
As you thank her for her time, she's like, I'll probably see you a little later.
I will smile and wave as I walk.
Yeah, so you relayed all that information to the party. So as you're relaying this information to the party, you start noticing that the crowd around you is dissipating and blah blah blah. And you hear a little girl leaving the orchard with her mother. And it's like, Mom, where are we going? And she looks at her daughter and she says, we're going to the big top. It's almost time for the extravaganza.
I sprint down to the big top.
Absolutely. And it'll be here where we're going to end our session.
Okay.
As Mike takes off.
As I yeet myself to the big top.
Which, I did just save the room, so hopefully I can find you later.